but it's you and me. Only in your memory. You wish it's only you and me. I really need to get some sleep. Used to say it's you and me. Only in your memory. Only in your memory. Already love was on your mind. Last night we fell by your side. Oh, you can't deny. I bet you wish it's you and I can see that you still try. Your sweetest dream, but only in your memory.
Yeah, so is that cool if I use your song in my YouTube video? Yeah, I'll credit you in that. Nice one.
Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope everybody is having a good one. Today, we got even more 5V5 1v1 duels up and running. And yesterday on the EU, we actually had a really good time. I actually really enjoyed it. We had quite a few rogues here and there, but like a lot of it was assassination. And I'm actually so excited to see if we could have more than just subtlety within PvP. Come 10-2 at least. I don't think it's going to change now, but like 10-2. Oh man, I feel like they might have to still go back and rethink that whole vanish cooldown reduction, or at least like nerf it for PvP so it's just like disparity isn't that bad. You know what I mean? For PvE, I think it's really cool. For PvP though, I don't know. I'm starting to kind of come around to like, yeah, I would just want assassination subtlety and outlet to be more of an on a similar I don't know, platform, a similar judging curriculum, criteria, whatever you want to call it, right? But I want it to be more on the same line without any spec being super ahead of each other in any specific department. You know, I guess it all depends really, yeah? Hopefully the tuning will be good, and hopefully all three specs will be viable though. That's what I'm hoping for. Let me get the music back up and running, but how you boys all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Doing great, man. Finally moved in your apartment. Let's go. That's awesome, man. I hate moving, but when you finally complete that move, oh, does it feel good, man. You're done with that part of the work. You know what I mean? You can just chill a little bit now that you like finalized it. Ah, that feels great. Or at least if you get like the bulk of all the things you needed to move, right, into the new place. As long as you get like majority of the things you wanted, and you can go back and pick up the like, little stuff, that's not bad at all. Like the big part, yeah, that's huge, man. That's awesome. LBL has been evolving, added 120k DPS to my sustainified targets. I see you posting about it. I'm still yet to really get a chance to play with it. I was gonna try to do some keys yesterday on PTR. That didn't turn out well. Tonight, though, I think I'm doing more Baldur's Gate. I'm going to ask the homies about it because I'm not 100%. And yeah, I'll see if I'm doing that. And if I'm not, then I think what I'll do is I will probably do more PTR keys. I'll see. But if you guys want to join me, I'm well welcome to. Like 5v5 not duels, but do 5v5 with healers. I mean then there wouldn't be duels, right? I mean, one day, like if I'm feeling like, oh, let's just do some like normal 5v5s, but like we're here to duel, man. I'm here for them 1v1s, right? Adding healers into 1v1, probably not a good idea, but like, who am I to blow against the wind, right? Maybe that is the play for Are they doing like, what's the Day of the Dead stuff? Or is it the... Oh, Harvest Festival. Okay, cool. Is the Brewfest gone then? Or is Brewfest still going on for a while? No, Brewfest ends on October. Okay, cool. Neat. I had no idea, dude. I don't know my holidays super well. At least the in-game ones. Let me get the group up and... Oh. We're back here, huh? Back at it with crim shots. I feel like I'm just gonna get killed, man. Insta. I feel like I'm just gonna get sniped out as an easy kill. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna touch him. I'm just gonna see where he's at. Let him do his own thing. I'm not gonna be... Oh! There's another guy here. Oh, there's another guy here. Why there's 3 people out here that are alliance? What is happening? What is happening? Yo, Kim Shot, can you just not... I see you. Can you not kill me? Or Alaria too, can you not kill me? So I can just do my duels thing? Thanks, appreciate it. Alright, this song I'm gonna skip. I don't really know what that one's all about. Let me edit it really quickly. With that capital D colon, you know what I mean? Oh. I'm gonna walk over here. There's a particularly low amount of hordes out here in like 3 Alliance. It's only 3. But like, I don't know, man. I'm level 60. I ain't protected. I'm just gonna hang out over here. Try to see if I can maybe blend with the crowd, right? We can try the next week. Maybe, if I feel like it. Maybe. I mean, you guys can always put it together if you want to, like, just get a couple of homies together, give it a try. But like, yeah, I'm just out here for duels, man. Regular, you know what I mean? 5 for my man Night King. Do we have a second group started? Or what? Do we have a second group going? Like, am I out here for no reason then? Putting one together? By chance, man, by measure? Hold on a second. Or maybe we're chilling. Also, bought a new gaming chair. Yo, one of those ergonomic ones. Yo, I hope it feels better, man. Hope it works out better for you. I heard, like, what is that one specific brand that's, like, popular? Because I don't have, like, the ergonomic one. I got the, what is it called? Secret Lab one. It's been pretty nice. It's been pretty good. It worked out pretty well. But yeah, I was thinking maybe at some point, like, transition to, like, a straight up ergonomic one for, like, long-term gaming sessions. I'm still thinking about it. The best I could say. I'm still mulling the idea. Not a bad one though. I think apparently you can get those. Like, let's say if you have a building closed down, right, an office building or whatever, they don't take those things with you. They have to throw them out. So like, if you see a building that's closing and you feel like popping, you're like, yo, you guys getting rid of anything? Maybe something you guys like, because a lot of the stuff apparently is very like mint, barely used a lot. Maybe they'll just have extra sitting on the side that just never actually get much value. You can just like take one with you. They don't really care. They gotta get rid of it anyway. So you take it off their hands, it means it just doesn't go into like the dump. So not terrible. 300 bucks. Also it was given out. So also well given out. Nice, not bad at all. I don't really know what the prices on those things are. I haven't looked, but that's I mean, $200 since sitting on 200 bucks. It's like on one hand, part of my brain is like, I don't know. But then again, if you're spending a lot of time in front of a PC, it like when you don't know, it might seem weird, but when you know, dude, you could feel it. You could actually feel it. Like your back is gonna thank you. My brother's office was shutting down and turning into a flat, and his boss let him take a bunch of the standing desks. Yeah, because they got to get rid of it, right? It's like a policy or whatever. They got to literally dump it. So if somebody wants to take it, so it actually gets some usage, why not? So that's what the recommendation that I've gotten is like, if you want to like get yourself something nice or whatever, look for an office that's closing down or whatever. If you know somebody, right? Ask to see like, hey, anybody not taking anything? Because a lot of the stuff is like, usually some of it will be worn, well used, and sometimes it won't be. Like, they just have extras, depending on the place or whatever. But yeah, Let's try to see if I can look through my BNet real quickly. See if I can slap a couple of homies together in here. ASAP Turk, I keep asking every week, and every time I'm just like, doesn't say much to me. Chicago. Hey friend. Hey friend. Hey friend. Duels tonight? Also, I know that Boris said he might be gone for the day, so there's that. Hey friend. And Duels tonight? I'm just gonna ask all of you boys if y'all want to join Duels Daylight. How you doing, man? Hey friend. Duels this evening? Where's Kevin in here, by the way? I gotta get Kevin in here. SP, that's PVEND. Jerdus. I feel like I should ask Jerdus. He's an Ultimate, so just let him do his Ultimate thing for now. I could ask Cryptic, but he's already in Ruins of Lordaeron. Malachi, Mash, Supreme Kai. How you doing, fam? Hey, so I know he's already in. Nick, what is that name? That's so good. Yeah, there's a literature confuse. Okay. Yeah, so see where I can set these down. So we got one in here. Where is Flex? Hey, hold on a second. Wow. I accidentally clicked on quick join and it just like, there we go. Hey Flex. Duels tonight? Or did you only get picked up by Night King by chance? Because normally you and Boris kind of roll together and usually Night King will make another group or whatever. Let me ask Tank. Hey Tank. Duels tonight, friend? Maybe wants to bring the LFG class or whatever. Yo, error. Duels tonight? I'm just asking all of you regular boys if you want to get join Duels. When is EU? EUs are normally Friday. Today is NA. Today is so Fridays are EU. Saturday is NA. What level is this guy? Oh, he's like, oh, it's level 60. Wait, hold on. This actually could gotta work out. What are my abilities? Oh, I'm dead. GG's. I was just like, wait, where are my abilities at? Did it not work? Wait, hold on. Does it work? I was trying to see if I could use my little charge ability. That's what I was trying to do, and it just wouldn't let me. I thought, like, wait, do I not have any way to build resources? I was clicking it. I have keybinds weird in this character, right? My 1 through 5 are like spectator stuff, and then F1 through F5, which is like my defensive, are also spectator stuff. So I had to like rebind some of the abilities if I ever needed to kill stuff, because I was using this character for like some B-roll as a demon hunter until I got a real demon hunter or whatever. I was trying to press 1 on my mouse with Naga, and it was just like not going off. So I had to like, which one is it? Because all these things are hidden. This guy. That's what I'm playing, which is a hunter called Dad Was Insane, man. That was a while ago, Greek. That was like ages ago, my guy. Finish up against overwhelming odds. Okay. What's our overwhelming odds? Oh, okay. As Alliance, does it still give those things out? Even a little, push some abilities. Okay, friend, no biggie. Tank with chills. All right, we got him in. We gotta get. So Seavrex said potentially after a thing. Can in a moment sit in a tournament. I can expect the. Okay. Setting up a tournament? Wait, a Trickster set up a tournament? What the? There's another. What tournament am I missing? Hold on a second. I'm gonna guess Mash is probably in the same tournament thing, isn't he? Hold on, let me see if I can maybe ask him. What's up, Nick? Duels tonight? Let me see. The Grand Outland. I like how he has like the Grand Outland thing there. Hey, Mash. Duels tonight, friend? Is it gonna be like a second tournament thing that's gonna pull some of you boys away though? Hold on a second. Or is Arla's doing like some kind of private little thing? Hosting 2v2 tourney. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh no. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to pull everyone we can to either side then, yeah. So Flex is doing 3s. Tank asked him. He said he's already in. 10, does he want to join in? Hey 10, wanna join 5v5 Duels, friend? I don't really know. I guess we're just gonna have to figure it out, yeah. Funny thing is when he said 5v5 Legion, I was 11. Whoa, that's a long while, huh? Wow, now you're making me feel old, man. Legion was a while ago, apparently, huh? Last time I joined, I got the funniest PvP in my life. Fair enough. I am joined with I'm in my rogue. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's already with Chilled, I guess, yeah. Who else could I ask, man? Traz? Is there other cabins? Bloodstainer. Hey, Traz. Wanna join those tonight? Maybe. Oh man, if only we had like a bit of a desync with that Twitch attorney and this thing here. That might have been a little bit easier. I don't want to be stepping on no toes or nothing, you know what I mean? Hey, Cry. Hey, Cryptic. Hey, Cryptic. Wanna join those tonight, friend? Also, where's Conan, man? I haven't seen that guy in a while. Or is he just like gone for a little bit until 10-2, I guess. I'm not really sure. Who is Dipson? I don't remember Dipson. Who is Dipson? Also, Jared, is that's Ultimate, right? The zone of Ultimate? That is dungeon, right? I'm gonna guess that's the dungeon. I don't want to be that kind of guy just like bugging people left and right, you know what I mean, dude? Did I ask Chicago yet? Let me see. I did ask Chicago. Let me see if Beat wants to join in. Unless I already... No! Hey, Beat. Hey, Beat. Wanna join those, friend? Name relapsed. I feel like it has people like, you know what, dude, I'm addicted to WoW. I can't stop playing the game. So naming new Demon Hunter relapse is kind of like, oh, okay, you're back. It's almost like fitting in a way, but also kind of sad in a way. Dal, I ran some Black Rook Hole 20s today and I'll clear the whole dungeon. Just take the left route and you get 100% ad counter on every last mob before the last boss. Wait, so you just go left and you go through the whole thing like beeline? And if you just beeline, you get %. The fact that you can't skip that whole section is kind of annoying because a lot of those mobs like are not that fun to do on 45 in particular. Wisdom on unkillable demon spike build. Wait, are you playing with the new talents as well with the parry thing? Because that would be really nuts. That parry would be really strong. Only started playing again a few weeks ago. Busy training MMA. Yo, get it, my guy. PTR live RB, our live, man. Gonna be doing them live. I did ask a couple of you boys, like EU and NA, if you'd be down to do PTR duels. A lot of you NA would be like, 50-50, doesn't really matter, could do whatever. And a lot of you EU in particular were like, I wouldn't want to do duels on PTR. You guys lag it in there pretty badly though. Everybody that was EU was like, yo, no, I can't do that. That can be fun, but I can't do that. I remember doing that back in a cell, but also back in a cell there was nothing to do. After like the first season, the 9-month season of Nothria. So I feel you, man. It was like, well, there's actually nothing to do, huh? There's actually nothing to do, huh? Okay, so Tricks, you can join in. I think Chicago never responded back. So we got Seavark. Daylight Ends may be able to join in, so that's 2. One more actually. So we'll still need 2 after that. Reflex is doing stuff, but doing 3s. If he ends that, we can maybe get him in. So we still need like 3 bodies maybe. So if you guys want to join, more than welcome to. Or if you guys know a friend or two that wants to join in, more than welcome to. I don't know if you were trying out 10-2 changes or not. I mean, I've been doing them on my own in my free time, but like for PvP, nah. I would love to. Wait, Kevin, Kevin, don't tonight? Friend? Yo, we'll get Kevin in here, dude. What is it? Ring Duet? You've been playing your Hunter a bit, huh? I want to see if we can snag you real quick. Because, Cracker's already, Chill Pill's already waiting on 5, man. He's been chilling for a bit. We've seen a couple of more homies. Where's, I need, where's Haster? Is he around? Because I feel like him and Chilpos probably could go for a bit of a rematch. We need Haster. We need Diabolicals in here. I don't even know if I had Diabolicals added. Do I? I'm not even sure. I feel like I should, but I'm not even sure. Okay, so we need 2 more. 2 more and we're chilling. Because Chill's already 5-man ready to go. Yeah. Okay, so my chicks is asking if we're doing Baldur's Gate. Let me see. That's perfect. There we go. There we go. What's up, bro? What's up, Gianni, my man? Hope you have a good one, my guy. All right, 2 and we're good to go. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna probably be that in just a second. Let it kind of update or whatever. But yeah, I want to do 10-2 stuff. I've been doing like a lot of the dungeon testing, raid testing, PvP testing, like outside of the solo queue that you can queue for. Pat, let's get you in here, my guy. And Obi, oh my, get in here, my guy. We'll get these 2 and be good to go. That's a 5-man party right here. I guess I make Seavark lead, I guess, just to make it easier. Seavark, you know exactly how to, like, if you ever need more bodies, man. Okay, we're ready to queue. I'm gonna make you lead. Before you leave Seavark, just let me know and like transfer me lead or whatever. It makes it much easier so the group doesn't fall apart. You know what I mean? That would help me out tremendously. Alrighty, invite, spectate, spectator match, Seavark, Knight King 5, my Grand 1. Alright, we're good to go. We're good to fly, boys. The duels, hopefully, we'll be able to take off in just a second here. At least you got the queue. Huh? I was gonna say, how did I mistime that? What the hell? There's no way I mistimed that one. Also, every time I wanna... Okay, I'm gonna assume that worked. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to like click shuffle, right? So YouTube has been doing a weird thing, like when you put on the playlist, right? You can click a button to expand the playlist, and when you click it again, it shrinks it. So all I'm trying to do is click a button not to expand the list. I'm just clicking a button for shuffle, and it like closes the playlist or closes like the list. But I need to open it back up to also put on repeat, and it closes it, and also doesn't highlight the button. Even though it does adjust the setting, it doesn't really highlight it. So I'm gonna have to click a couple times just to orient to figure out if I got it right. YouTuber stuff, YouTuber things. I was just having a moment. That's all it is, man. Alrighty, Twitch. We got ourselves team 1 together with my voice. Oh, I like the snowy attire you got going on. I like the hat too. What is that mug? We got ourselves obnoxious. We got ourselves Fat in here. We got ourselves a Ring, and we got ourselves Supreme Kai, starting off with immediate big damage. Got himself the grippy hand as a Frosty Death Knight. Frosty DK with Diabolicals up next, going in for a bit of a dark pack, protecting himself with a bit of damage, playing that Affliction this time around, where we normally used to Diabolicals playing Destruction, but the Affliction's dots are just burning right through Supreme Kai. He does go for a bit of a defensive, summons up a ghoul. Probably should have adjusted how he uses those abilities in order. Summon a ghoul, sacrifice it, then death pack. But using death pack before sacrificing ghoul kind of gave you that necrotic part of your bar that you couldn't really heal through, which is unfortunate. But man, honestly, that's a lot of damage. I don't think you expect the Diabolical to get stunned, teleport out, and just Supreme Kai is just like, I opened the guy, I stunned him, he ported away, and I'm the one rotting. It felt like Supreme Kai was the one making the opener. But apparently he was just dying the entire time. Yet another port, trying to see if we could reposition. Does go to the far side of the pillar. Supreme Kai doesn't really have much health to work with. Trying to go for a couple of chains, throwing down the snowball over Dia, but there's nothing for it to bounce off of, which is unfortunate. Unless in the patch 10.2. Oh my god, the dots just pop like a balloon. Oh no. But in 10.2, that snowball is going to bounce between you and the Death Knight if you are in a single target situation. Big hunt out for Diabolical. Looks like he's actually going to put all these dots onto the pet. Maybe he can use the pet to kind of like fester these dots on him, and then he can transfer it off of the pet onto Ring. Is going to go for that big gate to pour it out of the way as Ring running in for all these pets. These pets are actually getting kind of dotted too and taking a bit of that passive damage. Hunt out, probably on Ring, is going to go for a quick trinket interrupt. Dia got himself the dots ramped up and ready to go. Fear onto Ring, but does break out of fairly quickly. Dia with yet another port, but he's not in a great situation. No wall available for this man. Might be in a bad spot. Looking for a drain life. No interrupt available for Ring. Trying to get himself a smallest shield and get a little bit of damage into Ring. Is this going to be enough? The drain life does give you a little bit of recovery. Ring, if you have an interrupt, you might be able to use it here. Unless the dodge is taken, does go for the feign death. It is going to silence him. But he does go down either way though. Dia with no health whatsoever. How do you survive this? Looks like someone is still dotting him up. No mortal for a while, I think, and it's gonna be Fat taking him out fairly quickly. It's gonna be immediate trinket. A short and deadly bust out with full burst ready to go. I haven't seen this character in a while. The short and deadly character. I'm so used to on your rogue. LFG sucks. But short and deadly is the OG. Got himself a bit of a reflect. Fat trying to see if we can maybe get around this guy. Also, your name is a little bit unfortunate, but I am gonna go with what your name is, man, just to make it a little bit short and sweet. A short and deadly trying to be less sweet, more. I guess the name implies it, right? I don't even need to finish that joke. As Fat got himself a little bit of a hand of freedom. Plenty of immunities to deal with a warrior for a good bit. Sharpened blades for short and deadly though, as he switches to the battle stance into a blade storm to make sure there's no hammer of justice to stop him. Fat is in a weird spot right now. Does have a play into a normal Draenei, not a light forge, but a plain Draenei. So he's gonna go for a little bit of a self heal. Maybe look at his own health bar. Could be in a bad spot. Does short and deadly have a shatter to break past the bubble? I don't think he does. He's just gonna leap away. This is gonna be an opportunity for the paladin to recover quite a bit of health. Looking for that recuperation. Short and deadly is just fine. Just as long as he doesn't get hit for like 6 seconds, he can restore his entire health bar. Quick stun around the corner. Yet another sharpened blade is gonna make it harder for the paladin to recover. Does have a stun. Shield of Vengeance is going to help out a little bit with a Wake of Ashes to at least generate some resources and get himself a bit of a bite back into the warrior as wings are active. Normal wings, not the Crusade wings. Fat is not in a great spot though. Could be an execute rage. Actually, maybe misplay. What is this? No, the man pressed the wrong button. Oh, he went for the spell warden, but there's nothing magical about short and deadly. He's just his name is just his stature and his I guess how he makes friends with people, which probably doesn't. I mean, would you make friends with a guy that's absolutely deadly, running around with a big old pike? I mean, maybe. I guess depending on the setting, right? It's gonna be Seaberg trying to see if he can give him a bit of an honor duel, but looks like he's talking to Obnoxos. I think he wants to give him a chance. Seaberg's like, you know what? I'm playing Arcane. That's a melee. That's a couple of melee over there. At least one caster. I'll probably be fine. I usually have a pretty good advantage on those classes. How about you get a chance to play Obnoxos? I think that's what he's trying to do. Trying to see if he can get the guy to coax out, right? And he is gonna run in. He's gonna take the chance, man. Time to shine. In a way, for Seabrick, it is kind of good because in a way, Obnoxos does get the opportunity to soften up short and deadly. So for Seabrick going through 3 players, if one of or 4 players, if one of them is a little bit on the softer end, minus a couple of cooldowns, I mean, it's probably going to be easier for him. I don't think that's what he's trying to do. I think, honestly, he's just trying to give these homies a chance. It is going to be a hunt of Noxus. Does end up canceling. Stun is going to hit him immediately. Goes in for a trinket, flying up in the air, trying to see if he can bombard down short and deadly, but the guy is going to bail out of there for just a moment. So for Obnoxos, unless you got another tricks up your sleeve, you don't have a trinket, so the next stun lock is going to be pretty brutal. It's going to be a hunt, cancels out of it in the end, does still go for another hunt. Why you cancel out of it this time? Actually, finally let it go through. Maybe opportunity to catch up a little bit healing. Demon spawns in, but right before he can slay him, that is going to be short and deadly, unleashing the carnage. And I think he's going to try to see if he can get a honor duel out of Seawork. Just looking at him, staring at him like, are you going to blast me on Arcane? No? Okay. Well, I guess I get a bit of that second wind after whatever bleeds are gone, right? Or do you not have second wind? Is there a dot on you? There's some kind of dot on you. Somebody's sticking you down. I'm not sure what. I'm going to guess one of the Demon Hunter bleeds potentially. But Seaberg trying to see if he can go for a little bit of Ring of Fire, a bit of reposition for short. Not going to really let him out of his side easily. Gnomish Ritual used immediately just to break out of the root with a reflect up, but Seaberg is literally all over the place. He's right around the pillar, he's behind you, he's to the left of you and to the right of you all at the same time. Does get himself at least a bit of a parry. Maybe we'll be able to use the Warlock Hellstone to give him a little bit of the recovery. Looking for a reset behind the pillar, chased away by missiles with a cannon sphere waiting on the other side. Do you dodge it appropriately? Does not get to dodge it as Seaver goes in for a little bit of that shit power. Did you guys get hit in the back? Yeah, Chief as well as Voltron, which is Night King, by the way. That is Shield on his Priest. Coming back in on this class, it's going to be big blasters onto short and deadly. I don't think there's anything much you can really do. Missile is just going to drain you. Does catch up a little bit of healing, but the touch of the magic just slams down right through you. There isn't much you can really do in that kind of a situation. I see Rick immediately dropping down Ring of Frost, thinking there's going to be Tier up next. It looks like Tier is going to be up next. Does he just charge in there? Ring of Frost around him. Looks like Seaverick immediately going to trinket. Or was it a bleed that broke you out of your sap? I think it was a bleed, right? Tier immediately denied his opener, even having to burn the trinket. Full dots around him. Smoke bomb is up, but I don't think it's really going to stop the Arcane, who's sending Arcane orbs at you. Tier knows he has to close the gap. Kidney shot. Seaverick blinks right back into the ring of fire, coaxing the rogue back over there. Vanish for Tier, just trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a breather. And looks like he does get hit by a couple of spells here and there, but somehow avoids them. I guess maybe the advantage gave him a little bit of that, like, increased stealth capabilities for a moment, right? Because when you do Vanish, you get like an enhanced version of stealth for a bit. So even if you do take a hit during that like little window, 3 seconds about, it doesn't take you out of stealth. So I think that might have been one of those things where he just got hit by stuff during that buff. Potentially. That or this man is just a master at dodging abilities, trying to see if he can go for an opener onto Seaverick, immediately blinking all over the place. Does have himself all the time. Rolling. Not yet. Waiting. It looks like he does get all the time, but it's actually just random procs. It's like class procs with arcane charges, I think. Is going to have to cloak or shadows out of this one. That is the touch of the magic with quite a bit of burst. Not everything set for Seabark, but it's going to be a bit of a shadow melt. Does get caught back out in the open. Blinder to Seabark. Does go for the ice block just to break it with the touch of the match. With the Nether Tempest onto the rogue. Trying to see if he can boop him out of the pillar. Is going to knock him back a little bit. Could go for a big opportunity. Vanish yet again. Still the rogue got a down on him. Knows he needs to open back up in the open. Versus Seabark. Kidney shot and cheap shot, forcing the trick out of the mage, trying to see if he can maybe end them. Ring of Fire is going to add quite a bit of extra damage. Seabark could go for big burst, trying to see if he can get him some shooting power for touch of the magi. Is going to apply touch, could go for big damage, maybe just missiles instead. Smoke bomb for Tier, but it's not going to do much for him. The man is still burning down, and cheat death. Now the champ is clashing on him. It's just over. Touch of the magi is there to slam the rogue down. Unless you can escape back into the shadows, there isn't much you can really do. Woof down, mustache looking mighty fire, praise the Lord. Yo, Sean, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, appreciate that. Voltron is going to be up next. This is Chill Pills on a Shadow Priest. He's been gearing this thing for a while. He got himself quite a bit of burst. Wants to give himself a proper go versus Seabark. Ring of Fire is going to be around the corner. It is a caster versus caster duel. Seabark using his Arcane Surge to empower himself off of the pet, off of the, what's it called? The Shadow Field. I don't really know why you got blasted there with a barrage, by the way. I don't think he meant to do that. My games of the Seabark is kind of limited what he can really do. He can't really go for damage right now. He wants to go for a knockback into Volt, trying to see if he can play very, very safe here. Is going to go for a bit of a shielding with a prismatic barrier to give himself a little bit of the recovery. Big Mind Spike out of Volt, but it's going to be Seabark also responding with some missiles as well. And as well on top of it is a barrage. Arcane Sphere waiting behind Volk. Unless you can fade it. Does get to juke it. Well, good move. Went left, juke to the right. That's going to be perfect. Stun it Seabark before he complete the Ring of Frost Fear right afterwards. And it's going to be at least some dots. Silence to follow to punish him with a Void Torrent. Does get to go for an interrupt either way. The tentacles are going to be attacking Seabark. Can use those tentacles at least to barrage over to Volk and give him some a bit of mobility. Spike right after. Does he have an answer for this one? No, but the Touch of Magic is up. Volk may be in a situation where he goes for a Disperse. Does go for the Disperse. That's the weirdest Disperse ever. We could actually still see your model, but you are dispersing yourself. That is unusual. Normally you never get to see it. Ring of Fire around the corner. Volk, as long as it doesn't touch the flames, he'll actually not going to take a lot of damage. Seabark trying to see if he can knock him right through it. Trinkets out of this one to interrupt him. Maybe potential opportunity to go for a big blaster. Arcanosphere, unless you could dodge it. Could be quite a bit of damage. Does do quite a bit with missiles to follow, as well as barrages. Trying to go for some dots as well. Can actually use the images to apply like VTs on one image, and he can instant cast damage onto Seabark. Got himself a bit of the ultra time. Maybe this will be enough. Trying to see if he can survive it. Not a lot of health. Got himself a shield last second. Volk is in a great spot. Seabark trying to see if he can sit down, get himself a little bit of food. And Volk is attacking one of these images. Realizes what Seabark did. Trying to see if he can stop a lot of his damage. Arcade Surge is going to be up next. Does the mage have himself a big go? If he got himself a big interrupt, maybe somebody can make work here. If he can interrupt him, does get to kick him. Hold on, big touch of the magic. Is this going to be enough? Arcanosphere could be the end of you right now. Hold on a second, maybe. dodges it. Oh, Barrage still does clear him through either way though. My goodness. Trying to see if he can retreat with a quick poly onto Chief. And Seawork is now in a fight for his life as Chief, the man, the myth, the legend, could just end his whole career right here. Seawork have no health at all. Barely, less than 50% stunned. Does not have a blink for this one. Oh, gets the last second. Has an Ice Block coming up very, very soon. If his Ice Block heals, he is okay. He might at least be able to get a recovery. Ice Block now, I don't know when they did this, but now look at that healing recovery. Dampening 67%. He's healing, restored to full. He won't have any more immunities, no more defenses. Not much you can really function with. But at least he should be maybe kind of sort of okay. Touching the magic onto the Chief with a Ring of Fire, applying a little bit extra burning damage. Chief with a wall on this one. He needs to be very careful. He can sort of kind of heal himself to recover. But at this high dampening, any defensive you have, any kind of utility you can do, like a grounding totem to redirect a powerful spell away from you, that will be helpful. Seawork does end up going for recovery. He knows he's still not out of the woods. He has a good set of defenses from a Prismatic, which is going to help out a little bit. Alter Time, which is going to be huge unless it gets removed. Invis, Images, so he's got a couple of ways to reduce damage taken, but no Ice Block to fall back on. So he's got to get aggressive at some point. He needs to find a moment and push that offensive when he gets a second. Breath with a poly gives him an opportunity, trying to see if he can get himself a go all the time in order to make sure he can always reposition if he ever needs to. Chief trying to see if he can just back away. Maybe if he can just range and line aside the burst out of this mage, that won't be the worst thing ever. Does not have a ground shield for this one. Trying to go for an interrupt. Seawork actually does get a juke out of it. And Chief is not in the worst spot ever, but Arcana Sphere and Ring of Fire is gonna put some pressure on you with missiles around the corner. Wants to go for recovery. Got himself some Ghost Souls, so it's gonna give you a little bit of that Maelstrom. Burrow to follow, just to dive underground. Trying to see if he catch up to Seawork. Does he have the mobility? Does go for a knockback as he does get booped up in the air. Shifting power is going to be out for Chief. That is Maelstrom recovery right now. Let's get interrupted as he goes in for a cast off. Big touch of the magic, maybe big damage. Barrage. Oh, no way. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh my goodness. If you don't come in for these duels just to watch this boy play, that was incredible. And also, I love the fact that Seawork gave the Demon Hunter at least a chance to play the game. But we gotta get back in there, man. I think revenge needs to be had. Seawork cannot be running amok like this. The team 2 got to band together to shut this boy down. That was so good. Mages is in fact OP. Not gonna. That was great. That was awesome. I can't say anything bad about that one. You know, call it favoritism. I enjoyed the hell out of that duel. I do wonder if mages are going to be able to do the same thing going forward, though. You got a dip already? All right. Well, or. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. A lot more needed. Okay, we'll get a group up and running again. I thought you were typing into dip. That works out for me. We need more bodies. Does anybody want to join in on Team Seawork? 5v5 1v1 DUELS. Why do we have so many people dip like that, dude? We're having a good time. You guys don't gotta play one game and dip. You guys can stick around for a while, unless you guys are just switching out to new bodies, which works for me, man. I'm gonna invite. Actually, I'll keep Fat in here for a bit in case he comes back, but I will invite if we get like a spot. So it looks like I am still gonna hold it though. Want me to see work? Okay, I could do. What's up, Tunes? Yeah, I could do that. I got you. My friend's fishing arena. We're gonna do 5v5. Okay, Boris. Where are you? I saw you in chat earlier. Guys, I got a group on raids. Hey, Boris. How'd your? Do I embarrass you in chat? How'd your date go? Or did not work out? That's what you hear. Hopefully it went well. Oh my God, it's Dalaran Gaming. Oh my God, it's Sean. Oh my God, it's Sean. The myth. The legend. I see her tweets all the time in my For You page. I do get this tweets, man. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. You can play Sean if you want to join in. I have no clue. All right, so we're chilling. Right, we got the group. Seawork is ready. Promoter lead. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? It wasn't even me, bro. Squash the 10-year beef down. 10-year beef. Like, I don't even feel like I got beef. You know what I mean? Gives you 20% magic damage reduction. Oh, with demon muzzle? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice, honestly. If you can, like, set it up. That's pretty good. Ready? Okay, we're good then. Alrighty, we're gonna queue you guys back in. I'm gonna do like, let's do like a, I don't know, Dalaran Sewers. Dalaran Sewers is a good arena too. Pat us back, lock it in. Oh, we can get you in after this. How does that sound? It looked like you were gone for a guy. We can get you in right after, okay? I think I'm gonna go last for my spec is still discussing the OP. I do not have the least damp affecting me. True. The damp doesn't really affect you at all, does it? I'm cool if you want to go last or if you want to go first or whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'm perfectly cool with it. Whatever you want to do. I do agree though. I think like when played like on top end, Arcane is definitely a fantastic dueling spec. I will agree with you on that one. If I don't have damp, I can't lose. True, true. But even damp like doesn't even matter because ice block is a thing, right? I mean, it's good that it's probably good that they change it so that ice block does not get, or the ice block heal ignores dampening, because I think it would be kind of useless of an ability otherwise, and got even less play. Hopefully we'll get a 5th on team 2, but yeah. How many are we at? 280. Yeah, EU's miles behind you guys on duels. The amount of duels we have on EU has been like crumbs compared to what NA has been able to play. Good Twitch. Team 2 is missing a guy, but hopefully Diabolicus can hold the fort up until then. Dia, Short and Deadly Tier, as well as Vulcan, the team, and hopefully their 5th, whoever's their 5th. Hopefully they'll get a chance at some point in the future. Chicago, back with the villain arc, full fell Draenei, big fan of it. Wait, is that a Johnny first, or is it Johnny just like watching from that angle? I mean, if you want to chill over there, it's fine. We got us a ring kind of moseying over. We got ourselves Dr. Sins, as well as Seawork over in the back. What the fuck? With Chicago going to be first up versus Dia. Got himself a little bit of a dark pack. Did you just zap 2 targets? Or is that like... Probably not on purpose. I imagine when you went for a lava lash, your flame shark randomly cleaved onto Volk, didn't it? So it does give you a little bit of resources in some way. Chicago does take quite a bit of damage though. How much you go for a guardian? Maybe even a wall in this one. Not in a great spot. The dots from Dia together with the dark glare to extend them. Not in a fantastic spot. Kind of like in a rough area to be honest, but trying to see if you can turn it around onto Diabolicals. Able to recover a little bit of health. Still rotting down to the dots, which are doing quite a number on you right now. What is happening? Dia trying to see if he can maybe swing a few real quickly. Mortar coil on to follow just to amplify these dots. Chicago maybe just dead and gone. Burrow for a second, but the dots are still in even if you're on the ground. Trying to go for a heal last second with a wall. Oh my goodness, the affliction damage. Oh, I see ports right over just to interrupt you right in your face. No way, that's so strong. Wait, affliction is back apparently, boys. Got himself a bit of reflect, knocked back on Chicago. As the dots are still coursing through your veins. It's just not in a great spot. He needs to find a way to go and turn this around in a way. Maybe lock it down real quickly. And then try to see if he can just overpower you with a big damage. It's going to be a hunt out of Diabolicals. Trying to see if he can keep the pressure going into Chicago. But Chicago needs heals, but them Shadow Bolts though are doing quite a number. Every time you get a random bolt proc, that seems to do a lot of damage. Just a nice little punchy burst out of left field as Dia going in for a little bit of healing off of these Raptors, but seeing Chicago recover back behind the pillar, even though they're going right through that mana, just chewing right through it, definitely wants to stop it at all costs. There's going to be big old UA, Hunt to follow right after, big Oblivion Drain from a distance, is able to get far enough away to break that tether, but still under a ton of pressure. Not a lot of mana available. It looks like the dots may just have you. I think you're going to succumb, potentially dropping down a healing totem, maybe you can stave it off somehow. Oh my goodness, able to barely keep himself alive, even enough to go for a Primordial Bolt just to put up a what is it? What is it called? Riptide on yourself, right? Is that what it does? Riptide? I think. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Is Chicago looking for that a little bit of quick recovery, man? As Dia not really hanging out too far away. Wall available for Chicago together with Guardian. Maybe this week can turn around offensive and defensive together. Trying to see if he can go for a Trinket. Quick interrupt of the Dia. Leaping right after him as Dia looking to get away from the box. Trying to see if he can catch Chicago out in the open. No more kicks available for the Shaman for a good bit. Trying to see if he can move your totems. Does have grounding totems, so that could help you out a lot. Also, what is the question on the Burrow? Does have an interrupt for the Shadow cast really quickly as Dia trying to see if he can get himself yet another hunt back over in Chicago. Definitely to apply a slow in Chicago at some point. Chicago fighting tooth and nail for their life right now. The lightning lassos, they do drop down a ground and totem just to make sure they could finally get some kind of a damage that could stick over on the Warlock. With the critical flag, Daya is actually going to end up forcing out the cloak. The Spore Cloak does get forced out. Burrow for Chicago with the Thunder to follow. Big Lavalush right after. Is it going to be enough though? Have some big lightning bolt ready. Maelstrom to follow. It's going to be yet another hunt with another Mortar Coil. Plenty of dots over for Daya. Does go for a big drain. Chicago looking for recovery. At least got the Raptors to give you Maelstrom. Cannot really go super aggressive with that Maelstrom yet at all though. Still trying to play defensive. Your mana pool is drained and it's been strained for such a long while. How are you even alive? And Diabolicus, is it crying? I think he's just trying to see if he can end the duel before Dampening goes super high. Or every time I think he's trying to set up a go on Chicago, let him melt behind the pillar so you can reposition. But Chicago does not want to go down without a proper fight. Quick lasso around the corner just to root the guy after him. Just to charge back in with a big old Bloodlust Sunder right after. Wall available for Diabolical, trying to see if we can just turn up the heat and end this duel right now while the wall is effective. Dark Layer is going to be in. Mortal Coil Chicago. Drain while the wall is active. If Diabolicals have any more damage after the drain, maybe you can juke out a kick. With a bleed in, going to be huge. No interrupts on that one. It's going to be mad damage. Chicago barely still alive though. Again, no mana left at all. Dark Layer is going to add a couple of zaps to your face. Could go for a Guardian. Probably not going to happen. Drop it down a healing totem. That's going to be a redots reapplied. Oh, just had to stop Chicago from standing still and healing for just a moment, and that was going to secure that kill. That is rough, man. That is a lot of damage to playing Af Keck. Dude, Reverence, you taught him. You're the one who said you taught him to build, and he's giving it a try. He's adjusting a little bit with the Dark Glare this time instead of whatever you guys were using before. But it's working pretty well. Daya's going to have to find a way to deal with all these pets. He's going to play Agonist on all of them, so he's going to make the Drain build a little bit stronger. Mortar Coil onto Ring, but he's going to go for a Trinket. Gate is available for Diabolical. He's going to go for a big drain off of the Hunter, but does get interrupted. Not in a great spot. Oh, the kill shot. Oh my goodness, that kill shot. I honestly thought that he was going to be okay. The drain was going to be mad, but no. Apparently not. Volk is going to be up next. Full dots on our Ring. He's going to try to see if he can take him down. Ring is putting quite a fight towards the Priest now. Not going down easily. And this is going to get him to fairly low health numbers right now, with Dampening slowly creeping up towards the top. Ajani up next. Volk has to trinket this one. Actually, maybe he didn't. He did have himself a Shadow Fiend right by his side. So maybe as you go into Convoke, maybe Convoke would have targeted the Shadow Fiend more than the Priest. Sometimes Convoke has a random target thing about it. It'll just start biting and ripping dots into anybody and anything near you. It's not great at focusing down on a singular target. So Volk could have maybe just denied the Trinket, but now he doesn't have one. Next Bash and next Convoke. I guess you will have to disperse that one, but afterwards, there's much you can really do. Ajani though is kind of low on health, so maybe this could be an opportunity for Volk to make a play. Got himself a big drain onto Ajani as he does go in for the wall, trying to see if he can keep fighting tooth and nail, literally biting right through the Priest, and actually doing quite a number of damage on the guy, leaving him super low. With Dr. Sins trying to see if he can maybe end him. Immediate disperse out of the Shadow Priest. He has to use it as Sins trying to see if he can get himself some. Are you a Nightborn? I almost never see other Nightborn rogues ever. That looks great. Look at that, dude. Purple eyes to match the subset. That looks so good. I know. I've noticed there's a lot more Nightborn players out there now. More players playing as Nightborn. Ever since they did that whole thing with the allied races, where you just need to hit a certain level and then you can just go and do the quests for them. You don't have to do the storylines or the rep requirements. And I've been seeing a lot of Nightborns everywhere. They look cool. They don't have the best racial, but they look neat. I just wish that as good of a racial as that of a Night Elf. I feel like more people will play them. Shadow Strike, locking down the kidney. Volk does not have an answer for this one. Does have himself Fear, and he does have Empirical Base coming up very soon. So maybe we can use that aggressively. Cloak Shadow's up for Dr. Sins. Volk needs to use everything he can just to survive. As Dr. Sins, he's not really going anywhere. He's just trying to stay on you as best as possible, juking away from the Shadow Crash. As Volk looking for that recovery, got him some PI, looking for a cast. As long as he doesn't get interrupted, he might be okay. Next stun is going to be very deadly. Does not have an answer. Trinket coming up very soon. May just have to use it potentially. Does end up using the Trinket. And he also has himself Power Ward Life, so at least he could use that to help him recover once CSL gets critically low. You just gotta let the fear last as long as possible as he lets the Shadow Crash slam onto Dr. Sins with a Siphon to keep him slow behind the pillar as Volk looking for that recovery of Volk being. I feel like I almost should mention it every other time. This being Night King, this being Chill Pills, down onto Dr. Sins, trying to get some dots. He might just have to play this long game for a good bit here. Going for a little bit of burst. Go for the reset. Has this person, in case he needs to, is going to go for disperse. Seeing a secret technique out of the rogue, especially with Cold Blood. may not be the worst move, honestly. Quick fear onto Sins right after the... And Volk needs to go for a big mind games. No cloak for the rogue for about a minute. No vanish either for a while. Does not play a night elf, so there's no shadow meld to deal with. But he's going to try to see if he can get in. The cheat death right after. Sins might be in a weird spot. Kidney shot for a second. Maybe can go for a gouge. Reset blind. Oh, but does go down to the dots. With Seawork last one left over for the team one. Is it going to be another 1v4 by Seawork? Walking in there immediately with an Arcana Sphere. Just trying to show off his big marble to Volk as he's going to try to reposition out of there. It's going to take the entire team too, I think. Combined effort. And they're getting a second chance at it, actually. The same people. To try to see if they could bring down the threat that is Seawork himself. Здорово, привет, с Москвы. Здорово, Shades. Здорово, друг. I just got here. What's up, my guy? I hope you have a good one. I didn't see the hunt. A little wreck. I think he was doing really good, though. He used it. Like a stroll in. You think so? Some of you doing it. Hey, man. What's up, Binary? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Play server segment in Europe. Yeah, we do EU duels over on Fridays. So you're more than welcome to join us, my guy. Gonna be an interrupt onto Volk with a big old fear right after. See if we're trying to see if he could collapse all the Ring of Frost and all these things, all the Ring of Fire, all the barrages of the elements onto Volk. It is going to be a quick touch of the Magi, big damage. Volk maybe in a bit of a weird situation, depending on how much damage that touch of Magi does. Looks like it didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Is Seawork gonna... Seawork does spell still though. PI, man. Using PI as a shadow priest is not even your own buff. You're not shadow priest have to use PI in order to buff another class in raids. You're literally doing that in PvP as well. That's unfortunate. Seawork trying to see if we can just blast right through you. Barrages back to back, taking you out fairly quickly. That is so rough, man. As a shadow priest versus an arcane mage. I feel like any other mage I think would have probably been a little bit closer match. Arcane though, I feel like with that mobility, if they can get quick interrupt, the burst is just immediate. And Tyr is already feeling the hurt from all of it right now. Smoke bomb is not going to be enough. Try to see if he can vanish out of there. Does end up walking through a Ring of Fire. So right now, even he can't even catch a reset inside his stealth without his Spore Clove going off too. So there goes his last ditch effort of defense as well. So Seawork is burning right through all of it. The only thing he hasn't gotten out of Tyr so far is a Cloak of Shadows. At least not yet. Sap onto Seawork, maybe can get himself a big setup. Seawork is positioned looking at a wall, so his blink isn't really good a moment so far. Trying to see if he can hit him with a breath immediately, trinket out of Tyr. Big secret technique does hit Seawork, but he has himself to recover with a prismatic barrier, which is gonna heal him. As long as he put up a barrier, depending on the damage he takes, he'll re-heal a good portion of it. The only reason why it gets reduced is because of dampening. Otherwise, it'd be 100% re-heal. Big barrages to follow, try to see if he can keep the pressure on the Tyr. Tyr does have a Cloak of Shadows, trying to stay himself as best as he can, but no longer has this cloak for aggressive usages. So now if Seawork can somehow... What is this? Immediate phrases, he goes for a Shadow Strike. That was just snap-second decision making. Immediately he saw his health moved, immediately hit the rogue with a freeze. Unless you were just like prepared for it. Maybe you thought like, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna happen right here. Cheap shot on Seawork right after. Tyr trying to get himself some damage in. Gonna be Seawork blinking all over the place. Got himself a bit of the prismatic again with the Ring of Fire. Tyr is gonna take quite a bit of damage on top of with the touch of the magic and an Arcana Sphere. I mean, it's just gonna... Oh my god, the touch of the magic is gonna do so much. Cheap death with another Tempest. Oh, I think it's over. I don't even know. Touch of the magic didn't kill you, but that did. The knockback, the fiery knockback, and another Tempest did. Oh, that is unfortunate, man. As Chief gonna be up next. Ring of Frost immediately hits him with a breath, kind of overlapping the two a little bit. But see, we're trying to go for a bit of Ring of Fire, looking for a bit of a reset over in the far side of the pillar. Trying to see if he can maybe hold on to that Ice Block for a reheal later. Got himself a lot of cooldown reduction recovery though, even... I do love the Arcana Sphere plays. I feel like we haven't seen Arcana Sphere in a while. Except in the last few weeks that Seawork's been coming around to the duels and playing it. I'm a big fan of it. They made it quite strong, quite potent, quite good. Gonna be a quick juke on the interrupt. Seawork gives himself an opportunity to get some damage out, but Chief is looking to get damage on himself. He's trying to see if he can put some pressure onto Seawork to maybe make him like a little bit more, I guess, stutter step when it comes to his burst, or maybe force him on the defensive for a second. But it looks like just the barrage of Arcane. Nothing he can do. Burrow down last second. David just needs one more global. Chief got nothing. He's trying to go for a Sunder. Seawork just... Not Shadow Melded it, but I guess somebody broke it. Because the Sunder, I believe, did connect. I had to go back and look and slow that one down. Bladestorm out of short and deadly. As he's the last one on the team to try to see if he can fight Seawork. Does end up kind of denying the knockback from a Arcana Sphere with a quick charge. Unless you got yourself a... This is one of the situations where you're like, you know what? Oh man, I probably should have ran just for this situation, just in case I'm facing Seawork. Shatter. Because if you can deny the mage heals, that's his one big reset. And that's the first time he's got to use it too. Touching the Magi into short, got him some big parry. Seawork just blasting him from a distance, is going to go for that all the time to reposition Blaze Storm just to stay on him. As he goes into battle stance, do you think you can fight right through the damage? You're trying to see if you can fight fire with fire stun. Does go for the blink. Do you have any more ability? You haven't to go pop back in the defensive stance. Arcana Sphere is gonna knock you back, but no, you're actually just leaping over it. I guess the Z axis does end up helping you a lot. And getting quite a bit of damage to the Seawork though. Hold on, short and deadly could be kind of good. Hold on. As long as you don't take too much damage. Wait a second. Oh my god, Seawork an execute. Breath last minute, got no health at all. I think there's still a bleed on the guy. Does he go down? Shield, barely keeping alive. Ring of Fire, as long as you don't let short and deadly get any kind of healing. Touching the Magi as well. Barrage to follow. Ring of Fire if you approach closely. Oh, are you dead? Hold on. He did it. He actually did it. The bleed did the job. I am surprised. I greeted. Damn. Team 2, I did say that Team 2 is going to have to band together to try to find a way to bring Seawork. And I feel like every single person on a team had to chip away at a little bit of Seawork until Short and Deadly even had an opportunity. Well played, honestly, well played. I didn't realize I had a bleed on me. I was thinking like, oh my god, the bleed. I thought the bleed wouldn't kill you, but I guess we were pretty high at impetus, so the shields aren't doing anything, right? Makes sense. Let's get another one going. If you guys need more bodies, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna get another one up and running insta. 1005 listen, no damn. I thought you did really good. You know what I mean? You gotta take a chance when you can get it. All right, Seawork, are we gonna need more bodies? Full group. So Boris got another full group, by the way, so you can send you guys to them. Seawork is need one. Okay, we need one of us. Hey, Fat. Probably worst way to like. I hate your name because it feels like I'm just calling you Fat. But Fat, the Draenei Paladin from earlier. We got a spot, my man. If you want to jump back in, got a spot. We'll be fine in the same spot. It's gonna be a Molten Core 5V5 1v1 Duels. Boris got a 5-man team. So what I think I'll do is I think I'll queue Team Seawork versus Team Boris. Then we'll get Night King back versus Boris, and we'll have 3 teams that can kind of like rotate into one another. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do, just to give ourselves a little bit of variety here. Yeah. So we need one more. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. And that should be set. Also, why am I getting pings? I feel like I'm just kind of going through the day a lot, right? Just doing my thing, getting some work done in the background. Psychotic, getting here, my guy. And it's like quiet. Discord does nothing. I pop a stream or I get some doing, like maybe I'll play Baldur's Gate with homies, or I get something finally like just chilling, or we get some project working on, so I'm just busy, and then I start getting the pings left and right. What are these all about? Is this you? Yes, that isn't me, but that is the Dal Priest. Mythic tomorrow, 5 p.m. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're good though, by the way. Full group. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do this. We'll do Seawork versus Boris. Seawork team versus Boris. Then you versus Boris. Okay. Night King, just let the team know, like, hang tight. Seawork is just gonna go in, clean floor real quickly. Quick 1v5. He's gonna take 2 seconds. And then we'll throw it versus Boris after he's bullied him, you know, successfully. Yeah. Well done. I'm gonna throw you guys not into a, what is it, the Blade's Edge arena. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, Lord Iron. I think that's how you spell it. Nope. Lord Iron. Nice, that worked. Got it right that time. Post in a DF channel. What'd you post in DF channel? Oh, the buffs from the Demon Hunter thing. 100% parry uses the flame for the whole duration and stuff. That is over 100%. Is that over 100%? That is 190% parry. What do you do with a 19% parry? That seems like a lot. Wait, do you plant 2 sigils to do that, or how did that work? or just have like the fattest parry ever, or like a ton of mastery. Do you do this content on US servers? I do it on US and EU. So we have US servers, which we do them over on the Saturdays, and then Friday is when we do them on EU, about the same time. So if you check the stream from yesterday, you will see that we did them on EU. And I actually had a lot of fun. I enjoyed them a lot. They were pretty great. Had a blast. Did I save this one? Okay, I'll need to double check if I saved that one or not. To Twitch. I want to see 90% parry in action. Well, I feel like if we do some keys tomorrow, if Jake joins in, I think we'll see him doing some 90% parry. Imagine if that was a PvP thing, man. So it's only for Tank Demon Hunter. Director Sin's gonna be first up over for the team one. You got ourselves. What are you? Gueba? I don't have no idea. You goober. I'm gonna call him you goober. You know what I mean? Gueba? Should I call him Gueba? Ebba? Emma? I like to give you guys like a nickname just so it makes things easier for me. Not everybody has a short name like Seavark, you know what I mean? Or Psychotic, that's fairly quick. Ring, Chicago, you know what I mean? Sins. I was actually standing right on top of him. Wait a second, didn't even realize it. But the hunter is gonna get opened up by Sins immediately. It looked weird for a second, but you were just standing next to each other. And Webba having to kind of respond here. I think you initially send the pet, one of the pets, over somebody over in Team Seawork is going to be evasion by the rogue, dodging all those grenades. This is an opportunity for Webba to get some kind of a damage going, but has to go for a bit of a turtle shell, get himself a little bit of recovery, but trying to see if he can deny the rogue any kind of reset behind the pillar. If he can establish a nice hunter's mark, I think it might be in a decent spot. Trying to go for a bit of damage. Cloaker Shot is for Dr. Sins, actually rotating through his defenses really early on. Trinket out of the hunter. Perfect opportunity for a blind. Does go in for the vanish, and that's going to be a freezing trap right there for Webba. Finally gets himself an opportunity to get a breather. Death Shock him spawns in. That's going to be Sins out without a weapon, but Webba, no help whatsoever. Blind to follow Sins. Just needs one perfect stun. And I think he might just win this. Kinder Shot, there's nothing he can do. Wait a second, it's DR'd. Very DR'd, but I think he might have just called it quits. As Sin's just looking for a couple of backsteps, chipping away at him like an ice pick against a glacier, taking him out little by little. As Demonic is going to be up next. Boris over on the rogue does go in for assassination. Big poison explosion onto the other rogue with a quick spike right to the heart. We also got Ray Mines over on that team as well as a mage. We got us as a Rosie Sniper as well as Scarf. You guys name Rosie Sniper? What is it, bow? What is it, gun? What are you sniping with? Unless you're gonna chuck out the spear. Just to throw Barry and build. Kidney Shot on Chicago is trying to go for a knockback on the rogue, but does deny. I think maybe with the cloak. Mad set of dots on Chicago. Huge damage trying to make his Kingsbane build work. Can he topple Chicago? If Chicago, let's say, is the king of a kingdom, can you Kingsbane him down? Is going to go for a burrow as the Guardian is still active. For Chicago, it's a lot of recovery. Garrote to follow. Demonic. Not in a great spot right now. Otherwise, the early boss crashes with 1 second the dots though. Oh! Does end up coming out on top. It is going to be a shaman dropping to the bleeds itself. That is unfortunate. Definitely gave it his all there, didn't he? Oh, is that a sub rogue? A sub grab? Yes, it is a sub rogue and an assassination rogue. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of those over for the patch standpoint too. Next up, Scarf versus Psychotic. As Psychotic's playing a little bit of the Destro, Night of Destro. Interesting. Trying to see if we can blast out Scarf. Scarf actually playing against a class he would be iconically perfect for. It's a demon summoner, or demon worship, or demon cohort. As Scarf tried to see if he could hunt him down. Big hunt right after. Meta to follow as the wall is up for Psychotic. Has himself reflect, but I don't think he can really do much. Does go in for a soul burn hellstone, but that may not be enough to stave off the onslaught of the demon guy. As Psychotic with no health at all. I think he's just going to bleed out to the dots. Does go in to make sure he can finish the job. Stealing his soul, sniping the demon, stealing that soul, and it's going to be up for either for Ring or for Seavark to be up next. And I think Seavark's trying to get Ring to go next. The Scarf got himself lots of damage, but he will not be able to use it. He's got himself the big demon buff, but having to wait to figure out who's going to be next, man. He's just having to wait. Awesome. Are those tattoos? I can't tell if that's are those white tattoos? Do demon hunters have like a white hue for the tattoos as well? I guess Seavark is going to be up next, yeah. I think about to go last just to give Ring a chance to go. Can you actually do White Tattoos in Demon Hunter? I kind of want to try it now. See if we're dropping in full Snowdrift over onto Scarf, trying to see if we can hit him with every single element from a Blizzard to a Ring of Fire. And Scarf trying to use his mobility to stay aggressive, Shadow Mode in order to get away from the beam for just a moment, taking a lot of damage, and there goes his cloak procking as he gets super low on health. So it doesn't have a lot of ways to retreat and a lot of ways to reposition. It is going to be a full slowdown, but the Scarf with his stun and a freeze and does end up going down as he was able to perma freeze the guy in place for just a moment, keep him close in that Snowdrift, and eventually his bones just turn to ice and shatter. Poly onto Ray, does go for a trinket. It's going to be immediate re-poly by Silver. Kind of expected for a trinket out of Ray. Full combustion of the Ready cannot really spell steal it. It's going to be Ring of Fire down for Silver. Does himself, I think, all the time to reposition. Glacial Spike could be huge. Does get himself a proper Glacial. Not enough damage as Ray had himself a fatty shield with the Ready. And he's trying to see if he could reposition, get himself some cooldowns back. For Silver, he's not in a fantastic spot, but he's kind of in a doable place. He just got to reestablish CC onto Ray, trying to go for the freeze into a stun, full frozen. Ray of Frost shatters the entire time. Ray having to go for an ice block. That was a lot of damage. Next, Lance, I think would have been the end of you. But that whole CC into a full stun. While you're stunned, you are frozen. You are shatterable by the Frosty spells. You take full damage increase out of it, and a big old beam blasting into you does not feel great whatsoever. Silver got himself a little bit of a CC. This is going to be a breath out of Ray, but doesn't really get himself proper go into a cheat death. Trying to see if he can maybe use that cheat death to finalize some damage. But no, Silver is going to be able to get out of that one scot-free. Still holding on to Icebug 1 as well as Icebug 2. So for Rosie, you gotta find a way to get through the damage. Explosive up onto Seawork with the Death Chakra. Seawork knows it's gonna be a lot of damage. Goes in for an ice block. That's a lot of bursts you could take from a hunter right now. Death Chakra, explosive, a little bit of damage afterwards. Is gonna be a binding shot to stun him in place with a harpoon to follow. Seawork does choose to trinket out of it, trying to see if he can maybe bait that kick out of Rosie. Is gonna get CC out of him. And Seawork is not in a great health situation right there. He is gonna need a second ice block. Bronto, Ray of Frost, last bit available. What? Well, Silver got a chance to play, and so did Rosie, but there was a hunter that never even got a chance. What happened? Was he AFK? Looks like we had a DC maybe. Only a portion of Team 1 got a chance to play. Everybody but one hunter, I think. But everybody on Team 2 did get a chance to play, though. So there's that. All right, let's get us another going, boys, yeah? As I said, I do want to do Seawork versus Boris, and now that those two played, Boris versus Shield Pulse. Shield, let me know if you're ready, and Seawork, if you need more bodies, let me know and I can help you set up a group real quickly. Or at least set up the group so you can start looking for a body or two. But yeah, ready? Alright, let me get you guys going real quickly. Gotta go make dinner? Okay, pass lead. Yes, thank you. Chicago, you know how to make the groups, yeah. Thank you so much for popping in, Seawork. Appreciate you, my man. Always happy to have you here. Okay, I gotta... Oh, never mind, I can do this. I could do Night King. Kingsman did 370k in Chicago. It was burning down. I want to see that. What is it? I actually, if you have yourself a details for it, right? Details. I would love to see just the bar onto Chicago. But you did rot him down to the point where it's just like, even though Chicago blasted with AL blast, you're still not able to get that kill either way, though. I do love that those kind of situations in duels. Just gotta hook one between you two really quickly. 318, I mean, still is a lot, man. It's 300, right? This dude has 300k worth of health. This guy has 400k worth of health. This guy has 500k worth of health. So 300 is like over half. If just getting 200 is over half. That is a lot. 318, 200. Yo, my God, yeah. Imagine that damage in 10-2 when you have so much more like buffs towards poison damage. It's gonna be great. Not only will you have Kingsbane, but you also have Dragon Temper Blade, so you have 2 poisons you're constantly stacking at all times with an Envenom. And you go for a Shiv towards the tail end of it, it's over. It's done. Also, every time you mutilate, that actually counts as a poison application too. So that I think also should apply towards Kingsbane. Yeah, maybe Kingsbane is only weapon poisons, depending how they have it written, but either way, you get what I mean, though. It's gonna be a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Alrighty, we got ourselves Team 1 and Team 2. Looks like somebody on Team 1 isn't ready, but hopefully they're just loading in. I'm gonna try to see if I can save these just in case, just make sure I have them all here. I hopefully won't miss anything in just a second. Give me a moment. Give me a second. Give me just a second. Oh, they're fighting each other already? Hold on. Quick save. Oh, please don't kill each other yet. Wait. Okay, I don't know if that worked properly. I'm just gonna have to figure it out after. Which? Short and Deadly immediately getting blasted by Ray is going to be a knockback by the mage, playing the long knockback too, going in for big combust as the fear is out for Short and Deadly, looking for a bit of the reset as Ray looking for the blinks just to get around that pillar. He got himself a lot of damage, got himself a lot of firepower. This is the opportunity to make the damage happen. Short and Deadly does get to also juke out on a breast of Ray. As long as he doesn't have too much mobility, as long as he's not really landing the CC, Short and Deadly might actually be able to chill behind the pillar. Let the second wind take effect. Does go in for the stun with a big bleed. For Ray, might be in a tough situation. Those bleeds are going to be huge bit of damage. Got himself a little bit all the time, so maybe can alter his fate in this duel. This is going to be short. Backing up out, waiting for a bit. Once you get back in there, just mostly trying to see if you can just play around the all the time. Mad execute to get Ray to about half a shell. Does get rooted. Big combustion available yet again. Parry up over for short. Does get him to reflect. Looking for those executes, and Ray is going to go for a reset. That is also going to be cheat death too. Ice block and cheat death. So wait, your execute did enough damage to proc everything out of him. How hard did you just hit this guy? I think it went from like half his health to just 0. Or at least it looked like it went from half health to half health. I'm not even sure. Wait, is it recording? Oh no, I don't think it was recording. Twitch. Oh no, my audio is all kinds of skull, but Ray getting hit with a stun. Big blasts out of Short. Deadly was able to force out a cheat death on an ice buck out of the mage fairly quickly. Guy got himself images and a bit of mobility, a little bit of the all the time. Got himself combustion action doing quite a number. Short and Deadly could be a bad spot. Does get rooted. Fear last second. Looking for a bit of heal. Blaze him to give himself an immunity. And I think that's going to be enough, but barely scraping out of that one alive. How do you live that one? Oh my goodness, and Demoniac trying to see if we can swing around you. The man just going for a Blade Storm in case the rogue is nearby. Kidney shot, has to go for a trinket, immediate stun, picking up a little bit of health, but the rogue right now is in a great spot. All he's got to do is just kite you around, put some bleeds on you, and not let him out of your sight. Short and Deadly will not be able to get any recovery. Are you auto-attacking through a wall? Oh my god, you auto-attack? I hate that. I hate that about rogues, dude. Out of all the things, don't get me wrong, as a rogue, every advantage you can get, you're going to be happy about it. Don't get me wrong. But auto-attacking through a wall, I feel like, yeah, this right here, I mean, the guy's just getting constantly hit with a crippling poison over and over and over. There's nothing he can really do. Does get a stun onto Demonic with a big War Breaker. Bleeds are active, and Demonic might be in a bit of a weird spot right now, but he is going to go with a cheatsy doodle auto-attacks through a wall. They got to fix that, man. Big damage on Demonic, though. Wait a second. Maybe execute's gonna be huge. Does go for the cloak. Maybe that's enough to remove the bleeds. Death mark is on him. Short and Deadly just needs one good hit. He says rogue in his sights, but maybe goes down either way, though. Does he need one more good attack? Does he get one? Oh, how are you still alive? Vanished by the rogue. Short and Deadly, I think it's gonna bleed out to all the dots. The fact that you lived. How would you live for as long as you did? I don't believe it. What the hell is this? Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? How did that happen? Tier is going to be up next, trying to see if he can search for Demoniac. Picking up the eye, immediate stab by the rogue. This is looking for a quick, not escape. I was thinking going to go for an escape. Honestly, are you going to go back in there? Maybe trying to see if we can get a trinket. Blind would be huge. Let's go in for a cheap shot instead. Demonic may go down. Secret technique, I think, is going to be over unless cheat death. No cheat death. You're not even run cheat death. I was going to say, fear. Not fear. Flare. Close. Close. I missed a syllable in there somewhere. Gonna be a quick harpoon as Rosie does not want to let Tyr out of his sides. Back in the flare, will not be able to vanish out of this one easily. Trying to go for some damage, but that death shock of just ripping right through you. Those eviscerates are also doing quite a number. It is gonna be a binding shot right after. It was a disarm to fall. Tyr is gonna have himself the cloak procking. As Spore Cloak is going to give him a bit of that protection. It's going to go for his Shadow Step. I think he's just trying to see if he can keep the damage going. And aggression going versus Rosie. There's no traps around him. Stun on the pet. Oh, maybe it's stun on the hunter. I'm not even sure what he was trying to stun. But that is a camo out of Rosie either way. The with a hunter's mark on a tier. Wait a second. How would you get that camo? That was so good. I am surprised that Tyr looking out for you as best as he can, but he keeps seeing the hunter's mark reapply over and over. Picking up the eye, there's going to be a grenade out of the hunter. Caught up a little bit of health. Next stun, I think is going to be the winner. Unless Rosie can plant a trap on top of him if Tyr goes in for a Shadow Step. If you can deny him the proper stun, proper go inside of a stun window, He'll be golden. Binding shot around the corner. It does pick up the eye. I don't think he really meant to do that. And Tyr's not in a great position behind that pillar. Cannot really close the gap. Big explosive with the Death Strike. I think it's just over. Death Strike and the pet are doing a number. I think it's just done. Yeah, it's just done. That is a rough one. That is a rough one. Death Striker by itself does a lot of damage in PvP, man. So if you see it, you better be afraid. Better be playing defensive as best as you can be. Lightning Lasso onto Rosie with a Sunder right after. Goes in for a bit of damage of his own. Chief goes in for a Trinket with a Disarm right after, but the man doesn't really need access to weapons. He's got himself the Ghost Raptors with him to fuel him full of Maelstrom. It is going to be Rosie dodging away from the big Ascended Shaman while Turtle Show's active. Trying to go for a quick revive pet. I don't think it will even matter as it's just a full hit of Wind Fury. Getting hit back to back. Oh, he got no health. Freezing Trap. There's no way you survive this, right? Feign death? Does your pet have a flame shock? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do you get to survive this? Chief trying to see if he can deny this go. Root around the corner. Unless you got something for this go right now. Healing Surges. Trap. He knows it's there. He's got to be careful. You get him out. Oh, you got the pet out with a Sunder. That is so good. Rosie at least cannot recover in health, and Chief is looking very, very healthy. Lightning Lasso has a Trinket right last second for him, but a couple of Storm Strikes should do it. Even though it's a dead shotgun, it's still a lot of damage. But the Hunter does go down. That is so close. Good use of the Sunder, man. If the pet wasn't there, that would have been tragic. It is going to be an IBM out of Scar, though. He's just not going to let the Chief out of his sights. Full wall available. This is where Chief needs to go counter-offensive some way, somehow. All he can do is dampen the damage, but he needs Maelstrom in order to recover. The Wolves are in. Got himself a big Bloodlust. It's going to be a big Sigil of Misery with a Hunter follow him. And the stun right after. Maybe Pentagon Rachel will be huge. Try to see if he can go super counter-offensive with massive damage on the Scar. Bird to follow just dodge out of the side of I-Beam. And just using that defensively just to get away, but the Demon Hunter is going to try to see if he can get in front of you. Root to follow, and it's going to get himself behind the pillar. Scar cannot get out of this root easily, trying to see if he can maybe zoom around there, but his Thunder is going to stop him in his place. Another stun into Chief with a knockback to follow. Chief looking to crawl back to survive this one. Panda Rachel just to stop the boy in place for just a moment as he gets himself another Demon Summon. And it's going to be a lasso to follow. Finally give himself a bit of a breather. The Scar and Chief are not out of the woods just yet. Trinket available for Chief very soon. Dodging away from a Soul Break. That is huge right now because that's a big burst window for Scar. And this way Chief can use that to recover. At least not go down immediately with that big burst. And Scar still got meta. He still got a lot of opportunity to get himself a kill. Meta finally falling out, but next I-Beam is going to do it. Pick it up with Demonic Soul. So it's 20% more damage done. So it's a good situation for him. Stun. That's himself a big go. Knock back as soon as he closes the gap. Maybe the Hunter's coming back little by little. Got himself a bit of CC. Unless he can get himself another demon proc, he's kind of limited on how much healing he can do. Unless he can go for a stun, big burst combo inside of a demon form with all the metamorphosis, leech healing, maybe it'll be good. But if Chief can establish control, lasso into a Sunder, demon spawns in, which is perfect for Scar. That's exactly what he needs. He needs I-Beam in order to get himself that leech. But honestly, Chain? You just Chain Lightning the guy? Or you hoping that Chain Lightning would be enough to kill him? Maybe this was like a Chain Lightning for Classic that did a ton of damage, but not now, but not yet at least. Scar charges back in, another Soul Break, but the Chief is there with a Root Totem in order to separate himself from the Demon Hunter as soon as the situation goes for it. As Scar trying to see if he can carve parts of Chief's soul just to get himself a little bit of recovery. He can't do it all that easily. He gotta wait for cooldowns though, but this is where Chief fully stacked up, ready to go, wall at the ready. Everything available, got himself wolves and everything. Maybe if you can ground some attack from Scar, you'll be golden. Scar does go in for a Trinket out of the lasso. He needs to try to see if he can get ahead of the curve here as best as possible. And Chief, actually, it looks like Scar using mobility to stay away from those ghosts at the very least. Chief, that Maelstrom on him is not doing much, building yourself quite a bit of resources. Scar, I think, is trying to see if he can load up for another big go. Stun into Chief, trying to see if he can bait a Trinket at him. I-Beam right after, doing quite a number of damage. Demon spawns in. Sunder gonna do a little bit of damage. Wall onto Chief, does go in for a big Bloodlust. I think this way you just stay in and just commit. The big Hunter follow right after. The more damage you do, the more healing you can get. This way you want to get as aggressive as possible. Imprisoned for just a moment. It looks like Scar is actually gonna play it super safe, maybe? I feel like with a Hunter, you want to get aggressive. You just want to do as much damage as you can. But meta is coming up in about 10 seconds. So maybe just wait until the meta is up. You gotta find a way to limit the amount of damage you take though. So avoiding Chief like the plague, I think is gonna be the play. Unless Lasso catches it, nothing you can do about this, and you just gotta survive. The snags go, it's gonna be Raptors back in, stun to follow, I-beam right after, could go for a proper metamorphosis, does get some big damage, meta right after, charge to follow, looking to maximize the damage, but the burrow out of Chief just to reduce the damage, take an intro, knock up onto Scar, intro, Storm Strike to slam you down, does end up coming out on top at the end of the day with, I forgot what I called you, Gueba? I'm gonna call it with Gueba. Got himself a full Death Shock and Trinket out of that Hex as Chief tried to give himself a little bit more recovery. Yet another root, but the kill shots are flying right through. Grenade somehow ignores line of sight entirely. And Gueba looking to end this duel right now, but Chief, I feel like it's over, right? I feel like this is done. Kill shot right in the back of the thigh, and Panda goes on the floor. But Diabolical's either up next. There's a lot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When'd you go undead? Is this your other character? Or did you just switch your human to undead in just a quick second here? Hello? Or Volk, one of those two is going to be up next, but it does give Webba an opportunity to get himself a little bit of recovery. Next weapons, what are the type of weapons the Demon Hunter used? He used the artifact weapons from Legion. Those are the artifact ward level of Legion. I think they're Blades of the Deceiver. Soul Stun by Volk, Soul CC chain onto Guaba as he gets hit with the fear with a Siphon, big burst to follow. It's going to be quite a bit of damage. It does go in for Fade Death, but it does end up removing the dots on himself. Mass burst out of Volk though. Guaba, not a lot of health available, just drying him down, rotting down to all these pets with tentacles searing right into their brain. This Volk looking for that good angle. All he needs is just to push in, maybe a bit of CC, one more shot of death, does end up claiming it. Oh my god. It didn't say he's been practicing the burst away shadow face, so I guess there's that, right? Alrighty, let's see if we can get ourselves I guess Night King back versus Chicago. We'll give Team Boris I think a chance to rest unless the other team does not have enough bodies. And we'll see how it goes from there. I am so sad that at some point I just like my recording just kind of stopped. Yeah, definitely 10. You're more than welcome to him. Chicago, do we have a group? Do we have 5? You got 5? Let me ask Chicago really quickly if we have 5 foamies at the ready. Otherwise, yeah. Hunters are strong. Hunters are pretty good. Survival in particular. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Hunter. You shouldn't be. They're looking I don't want to say really strong, but because I feel like if somebody at Blizzard's watching, they're probably going to go for a nerve bat immediately. They're pretty strong over in 10.2. Pretty strong. Night King got 5. Awesome. I'm pretty sure Boris still got 5. Words to words, we can get Boris versus Night King again. But trying to see if we can wait out for Chicago real quickly. If they got 5. Or if there's even a group for Chicago. But I have no idea. I'll give it a second, yeah. Let's see how it goes. I mean, the hunt spell was OP before him. It don't deal with any damage, but now it doesn't deal any damage. I think what they did with the hunt is it was a lot more upfront damage, and you could put a dot element after with a thing. But I think since then they changed it. Oh, okay, so we need a couple more bodies. Okay. Are we listed? Listed. Okay, cool. Listed again, boys. We need 2 more bodies for Team Chicago. Let's get an invite, man. Wasn't here earlier. Oh, Carl popped in earlier. Hold on. Only smoke almost smokier than he could have reached out. True. Just hotboxing in there. Well, let's get an invite, man. So we got Chicago. They're trying to get a group together, boys. If you guys want to join them, you're more than welcome to. I want to see who haven't I asked yet. Dino's a PvE friend. Eller is also a PvE friend. Ido is a EU friend. Jetus? I don't remember really. Kevin? I think he's already in a team, right? Or does Kevin need a team? Hold on, is Kevin in here? No, he is in here. Okay, cool. And Mash is doing a tournament together with Airless. Nick is also busy, probably doing some tournament. Not given. He's in a queue. He's in a arena dungeon. Tech's already got a group. Tech Scooby is a PvE friend. PvP is actually a guy that I played with. Not a stream dude. Just a dude I met in the game. Does the Vamp want to join? Okay, we'll do it like this. Do you have a 5-man? Got 5? I want to try this. I want to try letting Chicago just kind of keep the group running. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. But then, oh, they actually need 4. Okay, so we'll do it like this. Trying to see if we can get Chicago 2 more while Boris is looking for a +1. Groups are going to be listed in the LFG, boys. If you guys want to join any of them, you're more than welcome to. Got one right here with Chicago. And I think Boris is listed. I just can't see it, but he is listed also in LFG. I'm going to try to see if we can get a couple more bodies in here. Maybe I'll ask Sparty if he wants to join in. Let me see if Vampire wants to join in. Hey, Vamp. Hey, Vamp. You want to join 5V5 1V1 DUELS, friend? Because we need 2 more for this one, it'll be good to go. Oh yeah, someone said it was to one-shot. The hunt. Yeah, so hunt used to be very much like upfront damage with a little bit of dot, or you could get like a dot element to it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe for Dragonflight they changed it so the ability has less upfront damage, or it has a lot, it does more damage than before. It's just a portion of it is upfront, but a good portion of it is a dot afterwards. Because they didn't want it to be like burst. They don't want it to be still a big ability that contributes to a lot of your damage. But like in PvP, it's too bursty, right? So they kind of offset a lot of it to be a little bit delayed. I'm closer to you, so I'm messing to 100. Oh, are you? Oh, okay, yeah. With that kind of mess as a rogue, that is a rough one. I'll tell you. I think you can get used to it, but man, yeah. As a rogue, as a melee, I don't like playing above like 140 MS or 150. A friend requests, by the way, so I can get a group set up. Buddy, yeah, sounds good. What's your real ID so I can add you? Because I don't really, because everybody has like a different name on real ID or whatever. But yeah, do you want to join us by chance? To get into one of your groups? That's a fair change. Yeah. Wolfie Druid. Okay, let me see if I can, I'm gonna say Wolfie, but if you do Dalaran #1340, I can get you. But yeah. Let me see if Spark was joining. Spark. I'll double check to see if we got. Oh. With a smiley face. But yeah, if you add me Dalaran #1340, then I should be able to get you, my man. If you want to join us if you wanna. Oh, there you are. Nice, gotcha. Gotcha. KC Root said he is not available for the. Oh, okay. All right. So with C-Root, he's down for a round. But you need to get C-Root and a +1, and then we'll be good to go. Wolfie Druid is Rosie, by the way. Oh, the Hunter on the Team Boris, I think it is. Okay, hold on. Let me give you a note then. Chicago the carries you win. Okay. Wolfie Druid. Rosie Sniper. Yeah. Set note. Rosie's Sniper Hunter from 5V5 1V1 DUELS. Smiley face. I give you a smiley face just because whenever I go through what someone would be in that name, sometimes it's just people that I meet in game. So I'm like, okay, if it's like a homie or whatever, or a duels person, I'll just add a smiley face in, just to make it easier for me to figure out who I added, why I added. Because sometimes I have people added and what is Storm Palace? Yeah, go for it. And it's like, let's say somebody from in game, right? Or somebody added like a while ago, but I don't like know them, you know what I mean? Not from streams or nothing. And when I gotta clean out the friends list once in a while, I'm like, do I remember you or not? Because if it's dual homies, I like to keep you guys on his best I can. If it's somebody I really just don't really know who they are, just have them added. You know, I don't like removing people from my friends list, but if you gotta make room, you gotta make room. You know what I mean? All right, we need uno mas, and we'll be good to go. Boris got a full group. Hold on. I want to give like a second to get a +1. Did Vampire respond? Vampire didn't. So if I get... let's see, Mark. Spart or Vamp to respond, then we'd have a +1. Or what we could do is we could just let this group stay as they are. They'll hopefully pick up like uno mas, maybe like with none given. Let me actually ask him. Hey, none. Wanna join some duels after that Nell friend? I'm just gonna ask him real quickly. Chicago, I'll pass you the lead just so we can get a game queuing really quickly, just so we can get a game going. You just keep the group running in LFG. We still have a group in LFG. If you guys want to join them, well, the welcome to just need a +1. We'll be good to go. Need +1, and we good to go. Gonna queue Boris and chill real quick, then get back to you guys just a few. Real quick, yeah. And worst to worst, if let's say this group does end up falling apart, we have Boris, we have Night King, and as they lose bodies, you can get these guys like, you know, shoved in there to rotate you all out. Boris and Night King, let's get you into a... what arena do we do? Tiger's Peak? Tigers. We are tigers. Mighty tigers. That needs to be like a decent cereal, but I kind of stopped eating cereal entirely. Honestly, I never want to do Everbloom Tyrannical ever again in my life. Every time I've tried it, it's just a mess. I feel like the first boss isn't bad. Where it gets weird is the second boss, and where it gets kind of annoying is the third boss. Last boss is a joke. So like first boss and last boss are just free, and like second boss is kind of annoying with the kicks and stuff and my positioning and stuff, and third boss it just hurts everywhere. It makes every fiber of your body just hurt. Everything hurts. Everything. First and third boss. Second boss just... really? Third boss can be gamed? I think third boss hurts a lot, but each is their own, right? Everybody when it comes to it. Yeah, that one... okay, that one did not have those kind of mechanics back in the day too, so that is something different. You know? Switch. I honestly, I was confused how to do it the first time I did it too, so we all had to figure it out at the same time. Demonic, I gotta be first up versus what looked like the Chief, but Chief is maybe twitching around or trying to see if he can pick up a Warlock Hellstone, but he's just not gonna let him anymore. Still trying to see if he can pick it up, even through the garrotes and the ruptures. Big lasso onto the Rogue right afterwards with a Frosty Shock to follow, knocking him back as the Rogue trying to see if he can get some damage in, having to sprint back over, but the slow is there and it is doing work. Cloak of Shadows right after as a full set of dots is onto the Chief. The man is not in a great spot, even though he can avoid a lot of Rogue's attacks, but the bleeds is still in. It doesn't matter if he's in the ground or not. Demonic is going to make sure to bury you back in there. Using Burrow, you use Burrow to put yourself in the ground defensively. I use Burrow to put you into the ground through my bleeds. We are not the same. Literally, out of all the memes that jumped into my head, that was the one that I got. Oh, my brain, what is happening? Kidney shot on Diabolicals as he's playing back without destruction. It's going to be a trinket out of Demoniac, though. Trying to see if he can avoid it. Smoke Bomb trying to see if he can recover himself away from the portal. And actually, the portal does end up just like appearing. Forgot where the Rogue was. Went away. Looks like Smoke Bomb does counter the portal pretty well then, apparently. Huh. Who would have known? It's going to be putting some dots into the Succubus. Honestly, it may not be the worst as to get Succubus super low dead and then start attacking Diabolicals, right? Let the Succubus hover at no health whatsoever, force him to summon a fresh new one, and then do the same thing again to the next Succubus, and then you'll be good. Big vanish out of Demoniac, though. I don't even know how he broke out of that CC. It's going to be Succubus catching in just a moment as Diabolicals does get interrupted on fire, is able to summon up a couple more portals. Shadow Step ready, trying to go for a position, but does really go far. Does get himself plenty of movement, though, with a Shadow Burn teleport. The Demoniac looking for a reset behind the pillar, but he's just going to barrage in every direction, chomping down the Warlock kick just to give him a bit of an opportunity here, but yet another portal from the Nether opens back up. More chaos just starts siphoning back to the man man's face, trying to go for a kidney shot as a big defensive will. The wall is out for Diabolicals. Unless Demonic can maybe somehow find a way to break past those defenses. I don't really know what else he could really do in this situation. Does get stunned up. Bonds of Fell, doesn't even matter. I think it's just an Incinerate just to blaze the guy just right through him. The Scar gonna be up next. Diabolical needs to find a way to recuperate himself real fast. He wants to find a way to fight through the Demon Hunter. That's gonna be a lot of bursts to deal with. Does go in for a bit of a Fell rush around the corner with a Fell Blade Fear right after, with the Trinket to follow a stun, and immediately it's going to be maybe second as CC. Does catch the Demon Hunter for just a moment, and Diabolical is going to go for a bit of a reposition. Blurs up for DH, trying to see if he can get around the corner. Dia got himself a little bit of mobility. Defensively, he might not be in a great spot. Needs to go for some kind of CC, but not a lot he can really do in the moment. Got himself a gate. But as long as he can get some kind of a slow into Scar, I don't really know if he can really get around the guy that easily. In prison, Succubus does catch him last second, which is so good for Diabolical. He may not be out of the woods just yet. Oh, no health at all? Oh, he's just done. Oh, this is done. Unless he can heal some way somehow right now. Oh, it's over, right? Oh, no. The borrowed health. Oh, no. That is so rough. With Vol gonna be up next as the chill pills on the Shadow Priest. Starting off strong as best as he can. Trinket immediately off of that stun. Trying to make sure he doesn't let Scar pick up any birds, but now Scar is gonna try to see if he can drop down a poor. Woo! Sigil of Misery countered by Shadowboard Death. Just made sure to get some damage back into himself. Well timed. The Demon Hunter got plenty of mobility though. Volk slowly starting to catch up a little bit every time he uses Power Word Shield. He gave himself a bit more movement. Fear onto Scar. Big Dark Ascension right after. Mind Games to follow. Maybe an opportunity for him to have a go if he could somehow fight through the darkness. Imprisoned for a moment. Still dots are rotting down the DH. He's going to have to make some kind of a play. Stun right after with an Eye Beam. Gives him a little bit of that Metamorphosis together with Hunt and big damage in order to maybe get himself big healing. Going to be a full stun Void Torrent. No health at all. Trying to see if he can charge past him, but a Shadow or Death does end up executing him. With Rosie going to be up next. Trying to see if he can mosey over. Rosie with Mosey. Over to Volk. Wait, Rosie moseying over with a Mosey and Nagan. That would be like a way to do it, right? Mosey and Nagant? Is that what the weapon was called back in the day? Is that what it was? Like the Russian sniper or whatever? Or is it Nosy? I don't even remember. I don't remember, dude. I don't even know. Rosie blasting out Volk though. Maybe in this first situation, the guy is trying to see if he can deny it as best as possible. As the Shadow Fiend or the Siphon going to be up for just a moment, trying to see if we can slow him down. Does go for the Fade for just a minute. Seeing his health, goes in for Disperse. Next to Rosie wants to go for a Fear. I don't really know if he has anything left. Does have a stun by the looks of it, maybe? Stuns him with a Trinket to follow. Fear immediately gives the Shadow Priest a chance to get himself a bit of a breather. Mind Games into Rosie, who is going to go feign death in all of it, but it's going to horrify him right after. Volk is going to have to take the stun from a Biting Shot. Could be an opportunity for the Hunter to maybe end it. Fade for just a moment. Does get juked on the kick. Oh, but the kill shot does so much damage. It was ramping up the big Void Eruption. Finally got himself a big go, but a kill shot right in the gut. And it is going to be freeze onto the Rogue as Rosie needs to get himself a bit of a reset. Is going to send the pet. Let the pet do a little bit of damage, but is trying to mostly just kind of play it a little bit more safely. Carefully, is going to get himself a camo at some point, which is exactly what it needed. As Cheer is going to be out for a hunt. Eyes are up for a good distance, but Rosie making sure to drop a flare just in case the Rogue is going to go for it. Looking for that recovery. Needs to get a Trinket back up. Acceleration, maybe Pet Sack. I don't know if that's on a cooldown or not. Maybe Warlock Hellstone. The longer this goes on, the better it is going to be for the Hunter. But Tyr, does he realize he's literally right on top of them all? Oh, if he only would have started with a cheap shot. I don't even know if he realized he was right on top of the guy. Sometimes it's really hard to see when you're in stealth and they're in stealth. Unless it's a rogue next to another rogue, you hear that, ooh, right? That sound that rogues have whenever they stealth up. That's the best I can do, honestly. But for Hunter Camo, I don't think there's a sound. It's just like you either see them translucent walking through, or you don't. And it's a little bit of a rough one, honestly. Flare getting out in the open, pick up the eye for Rosie. And she'll be able to see Tyr around the corner. Starting out with a grenade. Shadow Step immediately by the Rogue. Does get himself a cheap shot. Second step right after will be kind of limited on mobility. Massive second technique onto Rosie. It is a Trinket out of the Rogue. Perfect opportunity for Rosie to have himself a go into a Biting Shot right after. Gonna make it more difficult for the Rogue to really do stuff. But the Cloak of Shadows does give him that immunity. At least from the magic damage and whatever physical damage you can throw at the guy. With another Vanish, maybe give himself a proper reset. Feign death by Rosie. Into a many bandages, but a freezing trap waiting for the Rogue. Well done, well done. Not out of the woods yet. Still super low in health, but maybe if you can kite out the Rogue, you might be in a decent spot. A Steer trying to get himself that line of sight. Rosie trying to stay a step ahead of the Rogue with a slow immediately. Gonna be that stun trinket available. Death Shotgun at the ready. No stun available for Rosie for a moment. Evasion up for Tier though. Big secret technique. Charles to try to see if he can deny a lot of that damage back from the Rogue. Smoke bomb with a charge trap down. I was thinking it was a flare for a second. As Rosie backs up out of the disarmor to the Rogue, Harpooner just to stop him in place, does go for the vantage blind before the flare can come down. Tears down and still, the pet could get some damage onto you, does get himself a reset though with the sap. Oh no! I was thinking we were gonna let the pet attack so the guy couldn't catch a reset, but there it is. There it is. Cheap shot. Tier could end this right here. Does he have the damage? Oh, the freezer trap stops him. Exilla's back up. Rosie, you might want to use Exil. Maybe if you could just sit in camera, you won't have to. 15 seconds on a cloak for Tier. So Rosie, I think wants to go aggressive. If you have yourself Death Shock him and everything, Death Shock him, stun the guy. Starting up with the grenades off the bat, does go for the stun. Explosive to follow. Death Shock him, could be the big go. Has himself a cloak, does use the cloak to deny a lot of this damage. Shadow Blades at the ready. Rosie trying to see if he can back away. Get a shot right after. You have the pet stack right now. Oh no! Exil! Oh, secret! Oh, it's the last second. It does get hit by a secret either way. Into a stun. Disarm right after. Man's got nothing really left. Cheat death. What does he have? A Shadow Strike. Cheap shot last second. Oh! Are you kidding me? That was so close. Are you kidding me? That was incredibly close. Short and deadly trinkets out of this. Doesn't want to get Rosie out of his sight at all. Wait a second. Oh, Blade Storm. There's no way you lose that. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? I was gonna say. Oh, and Warcock is gonna be up next. What a name! But War is gonna be up next with Spirit in the back. I don't like the name Spirit though. Oh, I like that with the tabard and the Mog, and like the different set of pants too. I like that. Looks good. I feel like maybe the side doesn't really match, but unless you're trying to go for like a Fae-looking Grim Reaper-esque thing, maybe then I could see it. Gonna be War backing up out of there. Blame Destruction. Are you playing with a pet sacrifice or are you playing with like a succubus somewhere? I'm thinking you're actually playing normal like pet sacrifice. Maybe like a I don't know what you would pick up. I guess you would pick up Blueberry, right? And sacrifice that for a little bit extra health. Drop it on Infernal. Short and Deadly getting aggressive in the opener. Gotta be Wall immediately by War. Dropping down even more gateways. KS Bolt flying in, but that's a reflect available for Short. I don't really know if we were able to reflect that one though. Probably not. Another bolt right after is gonna be a Storm Bolt to follow. Short and Deadly trying to see if he can end this duel right then and there. There's gonna be a port for War. Short needs to reconnect with the guy. He can't really be out in the open getting blasted out by these Infernals. Trying to see if he can slay one after the other as the portal is still gonna keep attacking him in the back. And War just needs a little bit more damage. Just another proc. He's trying just to burn through as many of the rain of fires just to build up maybe for another blast for me to drop down onto Short and Deadly's head. If he could do it, that could give him the victory. He needs a little bit of a few seconds for that mortal coil, but Short, second wind kicking in. It's pretty big for War right now. It's up to you. Do you charge in? Do you stop the second wind? Do you play aggressive or do you play defensive? Trying to see if you can get aggressive, but the longer it goes on, the better it is for Short. Caught up a little bit of health, but 56% dampening definitely is going to be taken away from some of that value. Another reflect is up. Bladestorm to follow. Can ignore this port right now. Actually, no. Bladestorm does not ignore the port. Is that true? Is that real? I thought it ignores it. The man is in execute range. Short, if he has himself a stun, summon anything, just lock it for a moment. You'll be a golden. Stun around the corner. It's going to give War opportunity to support. Trying to see if he can set up some damage. Blaze Storm right after. Big gateway. Leap right after. Oh, execute does take him out. Right down the middle of the eyes, middle of the skull. This is a big old execute chopping him down. My goodness. Spirit trying to see if he can get around the pillar. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit around the bend. Versus Short, who's looking for that health recovery. You're in a group sober, real on NA right now. But if you're on NA, yes, there's groups. Did you just reflect that? The freezing trap? That was golden. It's going to be immediate bleeds of the Spirit. Try to see if he can get out of the CC. Fear immediately into a silence of Short and Deadly. Does give himself a bit of parry. You do have also poison forcing through for that Chimeric that reduces your damage done by like 25%. But by now it should probably be gone. Scatter right after him. Short Deadly Spirit still could be maybe in a decent enough spot. Needs to find a way to get away from Short. What a reflect on that freezing trap that was. Just trying to see if he can set up CC. Look how healthy he's looking. Is this guy going to end up taking it right here? Stun, trinket out of Spirit. Needs to get something going right now. Trying to go for a camo, being dead for just a second, trying to go for a bit of damage on his own, but looks a bit stunned right after. Short and Deadly has a trick at last second. Blaze Storm to follow. It is going to be the Hunter leaping back in. Gets super low. Short and Deadly with a charge. Execute. I think the bleeds are going to take it, right? No, got a little bit of healing. Exil last second. While Turtle Shell is still up. Reflect back up. Oh, it just goes in with an execute. Just let the animation queue up and just slam down as the Turtle Shell comes down. Short and Deadly does pick it back up. My goodness, that was nice. That was really good. I thought it was really great. I thought it was well done. I enjoyed that. Short and Deadly. Definitely Deadly. Definitely the short portfolio. Alright, let's get us one of them going, boys. When he says short, he means like 5'11". Like 5'11". You know what I mean? 5'9". That's what he means. Okay. It's not that short. Not really. This is Short King. Chill got a spot open. Chill got a 5 right now. Sign me up. Let me know if you're doing good disbanded. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Third group that we had was Chicago. That disbanded. So, Boris, if you need more bodies, we can get you more. Night King, if you ever need more, we can get you more. That whole group of 4 that we were trying to put a group together, I guess Chicago maybe dipped and that whole thing fell apart. Or it started falling apart and Chicago's like, okay. We're done. Now coming back to WoW after a little bit of a break. Want to play a melee class that can also tank? What would you recommend? I think warriors are going to be pretty solid. If you like the warrior playstyle, like the DPS, Fury, Arms, both feel pretty good. And I think Prod is going to be pretty decent. It's got a decent tier set. Another melee class is pretty good right now. Demon Hunter, I'd say, that can also tank. Vengeance and Havoc should both be pretty good. The rework they're getting is actually pretty fantastic. So if you like playing a fast-paced class, because it's got a rework, Demon Hunter could be a lot of fun. Unless you're not a fan of Momentum, that still is part of the gameplay. There's like 2 versions of Momentum now. I would still give it a try, because maybe you won't mind it, because a lot of people are like, you know what, I don't like Momentum, but this Inertia ability is better. It still has you like charging through the damage, but it's a much better window. And you can also do charge backs, and that can put you through walls. That's fun, but also more useful gameplay-wise. It's much better. It feels like you have more control of your class, which is good, while still staying super mobile. Outside of that, I think Monks are going to be pretty good. Brewmaster Cheer set looks fantastic. Windwalker is decent. Even Mystery was kind of cool, but you didn't say healers. I'd say even Death Knight, like from PvE standpoint, specifically PvE standpoint, Unholy got a good tier set. It's doing numbers. Frost got a decent tier set. It's also doing numbers. And Blood DK tier set seems really strong. So we got Blood, Monk, you got Warrior, and Demon Hunter. Those are the 4 melee I'd recommend if you're looking for tanking and DPS. And damn, I was trying to get carried by Legend Chicago. It's all good, Chris. It's all good. We could maybe get you in, yeah? Let me see if Boris is good to go. Or if he's fell apart. And then we can maybe get some boys from Boris, some boys from Team Chicago, and slap a group together. Lock for me, letting me heal is great. Let me win. Dude, I don't think he was trying to let you heal, but there was a moment where he was like trying to recoup his cooldowns, and it was like, oh, wait a second. And he's AFK right now? Okay. So, Flex is... Okay, we're waiting on Flex, and we'll find out how the group is doing. So give us a second. I'll let you guys know if there's spots. We just gotta wait on Flex. Once Flex is back, you can do Boris lead. Boris can update me how many bodies we got, and we can get some of you guys in if there's space. You look like a cool Tyrann. I kind of didn't really, kind of sort of tried for a Goopa. I was really just going like, oh, okay, I got my mustache. Oh, it's grown kind of long because I got lazy. Oh, I can maybe get like kind of like a handlebar whiskers thing going. Okay, I'll just let it grow and see where it goes from there. Just turned out that it kind of looked like very cool Tyrann-esque. I'm a big boy. Cool Tyrann's are big boys. All my buttons stopped working on the start of the duel. Couldn't press anything to these. Ah, that's unfortunate. Is it a Synapse? Do you have a Razor? Because if it's Synapse, then yeah, that could sometimes happen. Not often, but like, out of all the mice I know, like if they have software attached to it, usually it's Synapse. That's unfortunate, man. Especially with how many people, like a lot of you guys buying like all your regular abilities into your mouse too. All 5? If we need more. There we go. Yo, Dal, what's up, Justice? A good idea to start playing Dota? Is it a good idea to start playing Dota? I don't know. I don't play Dota. I am Russian. I don't play Dota. You're just not in my blood. Also CSGO, you know. I know the lingo, you know. Suka, blять, rush B. I could do that, right? I know the lingo. I know the strats. That's in my blood. That's in my brain, dude. I was born with those, right? I'm pretty sure that's what my ancestor at some point that was in one of the world wars, maybe when they were charging through to Berlin, right? We're just like, all right, you know what? Big plan. You know how they have mounted guns everywhere? We just gotta get billions of people rush B at the same time. They can't get all of us. That was literally the plan to rush B. So maybe that's why it's a common strat. Okay, all 5. Okay, we got groups for now. If we got any more, we'll get you guys in, yeah? So hang tight. I'm sure we'll get some switches around after this one. We'll play more war games that come in late. We're gonna be doing these for until my Baldur's Gate 3 group is together, which is like maybe an hour to 20 minutes. Kind of a big window, I know, but it all depends whenever they're ready. I don't want to make them wait. But I'll be doing these as long as we're here, as long as we got groups. Until I gotta go play my nerdy D&D game, which I love so much. It's actually a really good game. Definitely worth it. If you got 70 bucks, want to buy a new game, think maybe a Starfield, maybe something else. If you're fine with turn-based combat, but you love the character, like companion stuff of Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate, 100%. Easy recommend. Where else can I throw you guys in? Gotta go, good luck. Thanks so much, Heyman, for coming by. Should I throw you guys into like a wacky arena at some point? Should we do it? Should we do it? Do we do a wacky arena, see how it goes? Alright, I've had a couple of you guys that requested Crucible. Out of all the arenas, I've had you guys request Crucible before for a duel arena. I don't know how this thing is gonna go. It might go like awful, right? It might be awful. We're gonna give it a shot. See how it goes. Maybe it won't fit. Maybe it'll be too big, which is my problem. It's probably gonna be too big, right? That's what she said. But it might just be too large of an arena for like a proper like condensed duel scenario, especially like when it comes to stealthies. That being said, I'm willing to give it a try. Maybe we'll throw it into rotation. A lot of you guys said, yo, how would we do Crucible? A lot of you, especially in the EU. So we're gonna give this a shot. Maybe it won't be it. I'm still kind of leaning against it, but maybe tonight we'll like turn it around in my brain, right? For a good point, I was just not including Dalaran Sewers just because I feel like it's too rogue-centric with the boxes, but maybe it's better and different. Which. Got ourselves Diabolical over in Team 1, Short and Deadly with the Chief Tier, as well as Volk, the Chill Pills, and the Shadow Priest in a Crucible arena. Out of all the places to put you guys in, a lot of you requested how would we do Crucible sometime. Barb gonna be going in over onto the Paladin, and we got ourselves in the back Rosie. Pouring you guys over. Scarf in there. We got War as well as Business. This man gonna be giving these boys the business as Barb trying to see if you can run around over these geometric pillars. Remember how they said that this arena was going to have a button which is still there in the middle, and every time you press it, arena walls would shift and adjust? And then we're like, wait, this actually creates a lot of issues. We can't do that. We're just going to keep it static. We'll go back and fix it eventually. I don't think they're ever gonna, by the way. I think it's going to be the arena. Although the idea would have been really, really cool. Big Hammer hanging over Diabolical's head. Why do you keep crying, by the way? He keeps doing /cry. Is it just like a part of your macros or something? Or is it just like a weak aura, just do /cry for random reasons? What is happening? Barb taking a bit of damage, gonna be Diabolical, trying to see if it can reposition. It's gonna go for the Succubus CC. Big damage on the Barb, goes in for a bubble. Barb not in a great spot when it comes to health. Does he have any ways out of this one? Wall is up, maybe that'll be enough. Does get himself a little bit of health with a Warlock Hellstone last minute. As Barb looking for a little bit of the recovery. Though Diabolical not against pushing in. Got himself reflecting against a Hodge. Big Gazeball hits him out of left field with an Incinerator follow. Does go for a blind into the bed for just a second. Does get caught though. I think of Soulfire is going to be lights out for our Paladin friend. Oh, he did live for like half a second there for just a moment. Got himself one global to heal, but it just was not enough as the conflagration smacked him right afterwards. Business going to be out here leaping in before Dia can make his way all the way to the pillar, and Dia may be looking at potentially readjusting his strategy with the pet that he's running. Cycling onto the Succubus? Wait, does Business have that one thing where he can go for like a big old like finisher maim and put up dot off of the Cyclone? Because if he does, that'd be huge. Zaya is going to swap out the pet to try to see if he can go for an interrupt pet instead, since the Succubus can't really use her Succubus Seduce ability while they're in a beast form, only while in humanoid. Switching out to the interrupt pet at least allows you to rip away the HOTS off of the druid like you're doing right here, a little rune up above. And you can also interrupt them on a cyclone as well, or any kind of regrowth healing, which can be useful. The business is going to hang back, going to get himself a cyclone onto the pet. And Dia is going to have to wait over on the other side of the pillar, trying to see if he can avoid the Feral. Looks like the eyeball does find the Feral before they catch a proper reset. It is going to be a full stun on the Dia. It is going to go for the human racial, pouring himself out of there as trying to go for a Bonzafell. Does it a break out of the business? Is going to wall on that one though. What a wall. Almost like you planned that. You know what? I'm definitely going to take damage from this one. Did reduce it by a lot, but no longer has himself that big defensive. It's going to have to play around with his CC though. He needs to find a way to lock down Dia, get some damage in. Bash, using more defensively, trying to see if he can leap right over, but any kind of hots you put up on yourself or any healing you do, doesn't even matter though. No health at all. All his hots getting spell stolen by the pet, and does end up going down little by little. With War going to be up next is Warcock. What a name, by the way. Mortal hit immediately, got himself a dart pack to tank up these Chaos Bolts with a wall on top of it. This is him at his sturdiest. He's taking hits back to back, barely notices it. Barely feels it. It is going to be a Eye of Kill Rock to resummon the pet back over. I wonder if Dia is going to switch out the pets and switch out the intro pet for a Succubus, because that is going to allow you a bit extra control. You won't be able to really stop the Castle War, but that extra Succubus could be nice. I would say if he gets hit with a fear, Succubus can then control War, stop him from doing stuff. That could also be good. Trying to see if he can port War over to his side of the arena, though, is going to open up portals on him, but immediately going to be a Mortal Coil as War recovering back all the way back to his side of the arena, using the gateway in order to close that gap. Is going to get himself a little bit of free damage onto both the pet as well as the Summon Infernal. Quick interrupt onto the Chaos Bolt. But now Dia does not have an aggressive interrupt that he could use right now. Mortal Coil into War though to CC him for just a second with a Soul Fire, trying to see if he can break past the defense, but he does break out of the Mortal Coil last second in order to get a quick interrupt on the Dia. Looking for a Chaos Bolt as well. Gonna be a stun on a Dia with a big old Dark Glare joining in. So War right now is actually supported. If he plays out in the open with the Dark Glare, Dia will be limited on the amount of cast he can really do, but that Soul Fire away from the pet is going to be a quick Soul Stone just to get himself, or Hellstone, just to recover a lot of the health, to get a Soul Burn, just to give himself a bit of more longevity, but it just gets burned away through those incinerations. War with a quick stun, Chaos Bolt, the pet, is he going to stun you? Trying not to stun it, trying to get stun fear onto Dia, Mortal Coil to follow, one more Chaos Bolt, Dia takes a little bit of damage, got him to reflect, and this one War cannot really go super aggressive. Is not in a great spot, barely any health, trying to go for a fear into the pet. All he can really do is drain life off this one, but the man is literally last standing on his one little bony leg. He doesn't even have much to work with here. Drain life, Mortal Coil, I think it's just over. He got himself last minute trinket, but I think it's just done, right? One little global, even a sneeze in this man's direction, it's just gonna be the end of you. Does go for the interrupt. Won't even let him get even the smidge of drain life recovery off of the pet. Are you kidding me? I just needs one global. Not even conflagration apparently enough to do it though. What is this? What is happening? Does drop down the Dark Glare. That thing is searching around for a target. Can only do so much though. If War somehow survives this, by the way, that's gonna be a miracle. That's gonna be incredible. Open up a portal. Just walk by, drop the portal, running away. As Rose is going to be up next, stun immediately onto Dia with a Harpoon to follow, going in for a big charge with that coordinated assault. That is some coordination between him and the pet. Goes in for a trinket as a Mortal Coil smacks him right in the face. Dia is looking to back the hell out of there. Did swap out to a Succubus to establish a little bit extra CC onto Rosie. If you pay attention to the Succubus with the freezing traps and whatnot, if you're watching that thing, if you 100 CCs the Succubus, you know he's going to be trying to see if he can skulk over to you. Going to be able to summon a fresh new Saya. Traps are going down on this side of the pillar. And Diabolical's got himself a decent setup here right now. The Succubus does get trapped up, but it's also going to be the pet taunting the Succubus the entire time, which is going to be huge for the Hunter. Massive explosive one to Diabolical, trying to give himself a bit more health to work with, but it's going to be a quick feign death for the Hunter. Just sees one more kill shot. Succubus catches him. Soul Fire, maybe this turns it around. Hold on a second. Big damage out of the Warlock, but it's a kill shot. But Rosie's going to be enough, got himself a little bit of health last second, and is able to get himself one little victory at the end. But the Rogue is just not going to let you play at all. For Scarflex, it's the last one left, man. Wait, that's Flex. I just realized it. Scarflex. I just realized that's Flex. Honestly, I was going to say, like, where's Flex and Hunter? But that's the guy. That's the boy. Cheap shot out of the Rogue immediately with a trinket. Dark is down to try to see if he can remove Sacred Technique out of the equation. And try to see if he can avoid it. Gouged by the Rogue, does get super low on health. Cloak for Shadows to try to give him recovery. As Flex looking out for the Skulking Bandit. Actually is right next to him. I don't even know if you realize that he's next to the guy. That sigil, if it was only a hair to the left, might have actually been huge. Trying to see if he can maybe AoE the rogue out. It's going to be a Shadow Strike kidney shot right after. Perfect opportunity for Tyr to have a go. Does he have technique on top of this one? Got to be the cloak, emergency shielding for Scar as he does get himself a stun. Big hunt, maybe big damage. Trying to see if he can make a play. Demon form right after. Big blade dance to follow. I-beam, and Tyr's taking a lot of damage, and Scar's looking for a lot of the recovery though. As long as you can do damage before the rogue goes in for full kidney shot, you might be fine, because that is full GR and stuns. Still big damage out of the rogue though. Do you still live this though? Could be anyone's game right now. It does go in for the blade dance at the very tail end, and the chief, I don't think he's gonna let you recover at all. I think that's where all you can do. Just maybe attack the pets or just give up. I don't know how you can recover. I wish even understand a little bit more recovery, similar to like Warriors, man. You know what I mean? Just something, anything. Does get himself a demon summon, as well as demonic soul you can pick up. If you can get yourself I-beam and pick up that soul, that is going to give you a little bit extra health to work with. I think that was one of the souls picked up just now, so maybe if you can pick up a couple more, you might be okay. Has to play around his cooldowns right now. Every time he gets himself Metamorphosis, is when he gets himself a pretty big leech buff in order to at least start clawing back some of the health from the enemy. Chief does not want to let you out of his side at all, knocking you out in the open with a slow. Gonna be that I-beam, gives you an opportunity to have a go. Big damage into Chief. It's gonna be huge burst. Stun as soon as you see burst out of Chief. This is where Scar is gonna go in for a bit of damage. Hit and run. Get there. Stun the shaman. I-beam him. Catch up a little, do a little bit of damage. Catch up a little bit, leech healing, and then back away safely. He's gonna get himself another demon spawning into it. If you can combine it together with an I-beam though, that's gonna be huge. Doesn't him slaying the demon. Looking to maybe make some damage happen. Picking up demonic soul gives him a little bit of health to work with, but Lhasa is gonna stop you in your tracks. Scar looking for the mobility though. Does he get it? He's trying. But these totems, the slow from the totems and the roots as well, are not gonna feel great at all. It's going to be a knockback as the I-beam comes out. Perfect opportunity to make some damage happen. Wall out for War Chief, but Scar at least got himself a bit of that burst, a little bit of the leash, got himself big glaive gun thrown around for a lot of that dot damage with a hunt on top of it. I think this is where you just commit the damage, right? You also got a demon that you can slay in order to give yourself a little bit more damage as well as those demon soul for a bit more healing into a quick imprison, into a misery, but doesn't quite connect because I guess it was overwritten by imprison. Or imprison rather, makes him immune to external effects while it's up, which is unfortunate. Last to follow. Chief is still in a decent spot, man. I think he's still got himself Warlock Hellstone, got himself a Trinket, as well as a Panda Rachel, got himself full Bloodlust. Could be an opportunity with a Burrow down. That's going to be a lot of damage onto the Demon Hunter. I-beam to follow. Got himself Big Cleave. Sunder right after. Oh, it does go in with a Sunder. Knockup. Sunder into a Storm Strike over in this guy's back, man. That is unfortunate. I was here to die and did pick up 3. I didn't even realize that I picked up 3. That's quite a bit, actually. He didn't fight a Paladin, and then he fought another Warlock. What did he fight? What Paladin fought Warlock for Feralger, I think it was? I think so. Let's get us another going, boys, yeah? On the Mas, on the Mas. Chills, as well as Boris. Let me know if you guys are ready for another one. It'll be good to go. Or if you guys are looking for bodies. 5? Nice. Boris, let me know if you want to need another go, or if you need more bodies, or whatever you want to do, my guy. It's getting towards like 7 p.m. So I don't know if you gotta go, because I know usually you and Flex at some point do go and get some games in. And let me check my... What was supposed to be me? Do you think I should start a character in the EU because my mess is so high? Wait, is it... How high is your mess over in the EU, 10? Do you know? Have you like hopped over to EU just to check the numbers? Okay, so I actually have a lot of free time before Baldur's Gate. That's going to be around 8 p.m. EST. So we got plenty of time, Ben. Plenty of time. If you guys want to just keep going, we can do it. 50? Oh, that might be a little bit easier than 10, but you'll have to basically make a whole new account and re-level with a whole new character, man. Yeah, you won't be... I don't think you will be able to transfer over. Technically, you can transfer characters between accounts, but I think between EU and between NA... They're not accounts that are like... That's the problem. You would just have to take time to like re-level new character and get all the other things on the EU. But yeah. I asked her to the gate later, lol. Okay. You actually pushed the date back just so you can play with homies? Dude, I love that. This man is committed to the homies, dude. Bros, man. Bros first. I like it. Oh, man. Now that you told me, I'm throwing to Blade's Edge, your favorite arena. No way, Boris. Dude, this guy's a Chad, man. It's like, hey, I know I don't want to hang out and whatnot, but I got this thing I gotta do first. You know what I mean? It's a duel thing with some homies. You'll understand, right? Give me the. That's so good. Oh man, what a Chad move. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, probably had other reasons to delay or whatever, but that's great, man. Thanks, man. Used to made a feral, but trying to expand out of the warrior demon hunter was a dev the class I was looking for. Feral Druid? Hey, man. Used to worry about trying to expand to this others. I think you'll like a Demon Hunter a lot, Donovan. If you like Demon Hunter so far, I think the changes in 10.2 you're going to enjoy a lot. Between inertia, between momentum changes, between the little zoomy changes you can do, the capstone stuff is really, really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff they're adding for 10.2. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, my man. I think you'll like it a lot. Like, yeah, it's good. Alrighty, boys, get us another one going. I do want to do a different song though. This one song, I'm just not feeling it. Another one maybe? That's a good one. I like this one. Switch, drum and bass and everything. Gonna be achieved, getting blasted out immediately. Big explosive with a death check. I'm ripping right through him. Is Rosie trying to get over there. Big harpoon and Sunder to meet him right immediately into a trinket. This is actually a lot of cooldowns committed by Rosie, from offensives to defensives to at least a trinket, I guess. I don't really know if it counts as defensives. Trying to see if he can get around Chief. Is going to charge back in there with a big kill shots and grenades while coordinated soul is active. But Chief so far is able to turn this around. Rosie forced to go in for the turtle shell immediately. Chief so far has not had to commit a lot. Not even wall or anything. Sorry, chat. I had a bit of a cough. I think I'm just yelling and my throat is just strained, but you know, strained too is also going to be Chief. This man gets stunned up, but blasted Rosie out of there. The Death Striker is going to be out in play. That is a lot of potential damage. Rosie with a harpoon to close that gap, but yet another Sunder meets him as soon as he does. Jumping down with a feign death for just a moment. Light and Lasso catches him in place though. Looking to wrangle up this hunter. Freezing trap behind the back, but it's restricted out of the Chief. I think it just might be over for Rosie. Oh man, he tried his best there. That was really well done though. Really well done. Super hot boy. Is that your name? Wait a second. Oh, another Nightborn? I like it. Ray of Frost onto the Chief as the man having to wall this one. A super good idea up next. I love that name, by the way. It's also like that whole antithetical, you frosty mage, but super hot boy. Imagine it would be fire. Gonna be a bit of a all-the-time glacial spike waiting, trying to make sure he doesn't get interrupted though. They saw Chief turning back before the wind shock. What is it? Wind shear? Used to be like wind shock or something. Like, no, this is earth shock. One of these shocks used to be an interrupt ability, not anymore. They're going to be a breath, as it's going to be knocked back onto the Chief into that polymer. Do you have a big go? He's just going to wall him off back there with a Ring of Frost, not going to let him go anywhere. The guy's going to have to go a long way. While Super is just going to go for a bit of a reheal. Immediate invis as soon as Chief is up there. Could go for a Sunder, trying to see if he can get him out in the open. It's going to be Light and Lasso. Breaks out of it fairly quickly with a Trinket, dropping down all the frosty damage onto the Chief with a burst. Should be able to close the gap, unless the mage got himself even more mobility. It looks like he's able to deny it entirely. Got himself a lot of icicles built up and ready to go. Wants to go for a big glacial. I don't know if he'll be able to, unless he can get a kick or a grounding totem out of the Chief really early. Grounding is out, coming back in about 5 seconds. Does miss that Sunder, which is super unfortunate. A super hot boy trying to see if he can get back out of there. I'm just gonna call him Super. I feel like I've been saying the entire name, the whole thing. I feel like it just gets a little awkward. At least maybe I'm the only one that's feeling kind of awkward here. This man is just feeling kind of super. Got himself a bit of a reheal breath immediately onto the Chief with a poly right after. At least he's got himself a potential go here. I wonder if he's going to use the wall again, because that's coming up very soon. Glacial Spike right after. Big burst. It doesn't quite shatter nearly as hard as I thought it would. Wait, did not even do any damage? The man's health is perfectly fine. He doesn't have shields or nothing, right? The absorbs or anything? Or maybe just healed it immediately? That, or maybe the glacial somehow did not shatter how I thought it would. Gotta be dropping down frozen orb as well as a blizzard. Almost a knockback of the Chief, but the man actually does get rooted. I think just from the frost image he's taken, so that was super fortunate. Big saps on the Super as the man looking for a bit of a reset. Got himself the ultra time. He has himself Icebox too, in case he needs to. Is going to be able to reposition using Blinks in order to get himself some distance into an ice wall just to give himself a bit of recovery, but The wall, this is going super far enough. He wasn't able to block him off entirely, though. Could have actually made like a real wall, but you can't get around. Glacial does not go together with that flurry, so that damage was okay. But I think it definitely needs to be one of those things that needs to shatter in order to really make some of the damage work. Trying to go for Poly, interrupted. Perfect opportunity to make some damage happen. Ray of Frost doing a number right now. Actual Chief with a wall, but it's barely doing anything for him. That Ray still just singes right through the guy. More lances into Spike. Rooted for a second. Cannot, trying to see if he can get away from that one. Spike still skewing up. And it's going to be grounding totem for the Chief. Trying to see if he can avoid it. Still big damage for Super. Got himself a shield. Lots of AoE. Chief got himself a little bit of damage too. He needs a proc right now because there's only so much health left on the Super, but also so much health left on the Chief. Burrows down for just a moment. Icebox for Super. I was just looking for the recovery. Is going to send a flurry immediately at the Chief. Looking to freeze him as soon as possible. Does get frozen. Could be an opportunity. Could be a big glacial. Could be a potentially big go right now. Massive glacial. Grounded totem? Is that what? It must be grounded totem that stops the damage, right? Because I swear it looks like the spike hits you right in the chest, and it doesn't do nothing. The guy's health doesn't even move. It's got to be grounding, right? It has to be. Sunder does not quite connect, but he was really close. He doesn't even know it. But Chief got himself no cooldowns for a good bit, only really a trinket, as well as a wind shear and a grounded totem. And so far, those two have been able to save his tail every single time. Because spikes right to the chest, but just takes no damage from it. It's kind of insane. Lasted to follow. Super does himself a trinket. Poly right after. Maybe this could be another opportunity for the mage to have another go. He's got himself the full burst available. He doesn't have Icy Beams, not for 20 seconds, but does have Ice Wall. So this is where Chief tried to see if he can get around it. Wasn't able to quite leap around that one. So it does give Super an opportunity to at least get himself a little bit of an obstacle course for the Chief. Between blizzards and frozen orbs and lances he can throw out. Chief, he's just going to duck behind cover right now. But it's going to be very difficult for him to really close that gap because he's just out in the open, slow the whole time, just taking so many flurries and lances back to back. Ring of Frost right after does not get to root it really, but does get to root out the Super. And trying to see if he can reposition yet again. Just trying to deal with that CC as best as possible. Blizzard leaping right in, trying to see if he can maybe leap past the freeze, but it's not enough. Super gets himself an opportunity here, building up a bit of damage. That's going to be full burst available in case he wants to use it. Spike, does it get disrupted? Looks like it ground. I think that is another grounding there, right? That must have been another grounding. It still looks like a spike hits you right in the chest, but I think that's what must be it. Wall available for the Ray of Frost. That ability at least does quite a number. As Super has a lot of burst, I do wonder if he's going to use it. Maybe right after the wall falls off. Quick breath really quickly. Poly right after. And that's going to be tricky for Chief with a light and last. So trying to see if he can maybe hopefully work towards some kind of a kill. Big Sunder, but Super breaks away pretty quickly. Leap right after the Shaman cracking through his defenses real fast. But a Blizzard and a Frozen Orb is going to slow down the progress. Ring of Frost right after with flurries to follow. Nothing Glacial Spike, maybe full hit this time? I think that actually full hit that time around. But it did not do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Super with a bit of that shit and power yet again, trying to recuperate health. We are getting pretty high into that dampener, which is the first, I guess, first competitor in Team 1, second competitor for Team 2. A Super, wait a second, but I was gonna say for a moment, what the? You guys are gonna make me, you guys are gonna make me nervous over there. Wait, wall? Okay, that wasn't perfect wall apparently. Super taking big blast from a distance though, as the Chief finally gets himself that ascendance that he needs. But as long as you keep the Shaman at arm's reach, shouldn't be able to touch you, shouldn't be able to reach you. Still sitting down, trying to recover as much food as he can, but the light, the last is not gonna help you. And a blink polymorph at the ready. Do you have the poly? He doesn't have the poly that lets you recover health though. So every time Chief being recovering health, it's just been his own abilities. But yet another Frozen Orb, Blizzard. If anything for Super, Blizzard and Frozen Orbs are useful to like slow down Chief. But he's not really using them for like big damage opportunity. Ray of Frost is up. Chief taking quite a bit of hits though. No wall for this time around, but nowhere close to getting interrupted though. Super wishes he could go for a quick interrupt, quick CS, but doesn't really get to him. Leap right in. Big Sunder. Perfect opportunity for Chief to make it happen. Bloodlust right after. Got himself the pets and everything available. Maybe an opportunity for Maelstrom to work, but the slows are doing number for Super right now. Chief, do you have enough damage? Do you have the Maelstrom? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. It's going to be all the time. Latin Lassa does have himself another Ice Block. Man, we've been going on this for a while. 8 minutes for this match, actually. It's been going for a good bit. Nobody's going to have any dampening after this one. I feel like it's going to be floodgates open. Everybody's going to be rushing each other, blasting each other, just mid the rings with the most amount of bursts. It's just going to be the burst fest fiesta. So full poly. Super maybe has himself another go. Or maybe not. All the time is... Was it all the time? Every time they get like a clock above their heads, I keep thinking it's all the time. Sometimes it's just resources. But it's just getting like more icicles and stuff. But super trying to see if he can avoid the burrow out from the chief. Trying to see if he can maybe go for a big setup with the icy veins, full freezes on chief. He got himself a wall. Could maybe go in for a wall, commit the damage and stay on the guy. But the more damage he takes it now, the worse it's going to be. The dampening gets higher. He has mana to work with for now. But eventually, I think he could be on the back foot. Lightning Lasso, no blink immediately available for Super. Could be an opportunity for Chief to have himself a big damage go. Leaping back in off of that knockback. Super trying to see if he can back away all the time available. So if Chief just jumping after him, he's just going to reposition right after. Trying to see if he can bait the reposition. Interrupt him on Frost, which is exactly what he needs. But the man does end up reverse blinking back towards the lower part of the platform. More flares available. Spike is up, but I think it's going to be Totem. No. That time Spike connected. Why is Spike doing like no damage for them? Is it just like no mastery, or is it just like not a? Because I feel like Glacier Spike should be doing more damage than that, shouldn't they be? Big zaps out of the Chief and Super does have himself one more opportunity for an ice block with an ice wall. If he goes for a cold snap right now, he could get himself one more block, trying to see if he can deny it as best as possible. I think he might just have to. I think he might just have to do it. It's going to be his last chance. I feel potentially the last opportunity to get himself a proper block. Chief at least building up a little bit of Maelstrom off of the wall, so maybe as soon as he's Super, maybe he could send in a couple of zaps in there. Might be the lol, he's not even arcade. I mean, Frost isn't bad. Honestly, Frost is not bad. But I do wonder, like, why the spikes are not hitting nearly as hard, though. Everything else, it's really hard. Like, his beams are huge. Got himself a bit of a shield and trying to see if he can back away. What's up, Dirt Gun? Dirty Sunday. New to WoW, want to know what should play WoW Classic or WoW Livestream with Dragonflight? What do you want to do? If you want to start with Classic, it's really fun. Big zap over into the Chief. Blasting him out of the way, though. Does probably pick up a little bit of Maelstrom. Chief, it looked like had himself one more cold snap. But man, what? I don't know if you need to flag the boy. I thought he did as best he could. He definitely lived for a while. Like, in this survivability competition, he didn't do bad at all. Chief tried to see if he could back away from Scar. This is where Flex needs to get in there as a Demon Hunter. He got rooted. He got to use all his mobility to blaze himself all the way over there. But yeah, Dirty, I think you could start out with Dragonflight. I feel like it's perfectly good for like a new play experience. If you want to play the Classic experience, Classic Hardcore has been really fun. And usually Classic expansions are really casual friendly if you have a lot of time to grind through levels. If you don't have a lot of time, I'd say Dragonflight maybe is a little bit better for that then, yeah? This leveling experience is way faster than Dragonflight. But now good to see my man. How's it going today? It's going pretty good, Sebastian. Yeah, doing good, my man. Big burst of the Scar. Chief with a wall. Just trying to see if he can live in Big Thunder in the hunt to follow Chief. Do you have any survivability? Got himself Ascendance. If only had himself the Guardian in order to help this damage become healing. Got himself a burrow for just a moment. Maybe he had himself his last chance versus Flex. No, but the man does go in for a big Blade Storm at the, not a Blade Storm, Blade Dance at the end. My goodness, trying to see if he can sit down and get himself his food as soon as possible. As Dai is setting himself up with a succubus down the middle. Is he gonna let Flex? Wait a second. Wait a second. Why is my boy getting flagged right now? All you guys are just planting banners in his corpse. What is happening? Why? I thought he did good. He'll live for a lot. Seriously though, what was happening to those glacier spikes? I just want to know at this point. I thought there was supposed to be like a big Chaos Bolt equivalent. Big I-beam, buy Scar, board out for Daya, boarding up some portals, and it's gonna try to see if he can make some distance. That is a demon spawned in for Flex. He kind of just wants to hide away. He knows he's gonna take the damage from the portals. He has to deal with it, manage it. If you can get yourself an I-beam and pick up the demon soul, that'd be huge. Does walk right through as it looks like a Bonzafell does attach to him. Quick interrupt on a Daya, but a succubus CC catches it really quickly. Immolate, maybe Casbolt ready? No, it just goes in for conflagration. Thought maybe that'll be enough. Reflect out for Daya with Scar. Oh man, with an incinerate right after, just not much you can really do about it. That is rough. Over on the team 2, maybe it's gonna be business. Yeah, he's out here to give the boy the business. Actually, wasn't it business and Daya for each other before? So a bit of a rematch between the two. A succubus not gonna be useful against a feral druid. Try to see if he can get away from that portal. And it's gonna be Daya walling this damage off to try to see if he can reduce a lot of the impact. Bonzafell around the corner. If anything, succubus is gonna be huge for that slow. Bonds breaks, but business did have a bark skin to coat himself with a little bit of defensive protection. Portals are up for Daya. Have himself a Mortal Coil as well. Mortal Coil onto business. Does go for a trinket, interrupting Daya. Stun. Chaos Bolts to follow. There is a wall available. That wall is barely doing anything for the Chaos Bolts. They're just eating right through your fur. Quick stun on Dia, bites back to back. Dia with a bit of a reflect, but not going to be able to really reflect much versus the bites and the shreds and the claws of a feral druid. With Short and Deadly up next, Blade storming down in order to get a couple of those. Do you play the unhinged build with the Mortal Strikes, or is that no longer a play for warriors anymore? Trying to see if we can deny Majawa. A bit of an opener is going to go for a Blade Storm, expecting the poly. It's actually breaking out of the Blade Storm just to interrupt the poly right after. It's going to be a reflect on that last poly. He's just not going to let you use the CC at all. He's either immuning it, reflecting it back to you, or just interrupting you for it. But Jawa took a bit of a damage. Needs to give himself a breather, sitting down for some H-Food as he got himself a Ring of Frost to hopefully protect himself. Greater Fire Blast, but he's going to be able to stop it with a quick stun. Interrupt on the fire. It's going to be Majawa potentially with an Ice, but got himself the ult time, but this can reposition, but a charge immediately by the warrior. He's ready and waiting for it. Honestly, if he got himself reflect, if you can reflect Greater Pyro, that is an Ice Block and a cheat death, and you don't have a heal. You're not healing inside of Ice Block. That is not the play. Majawa might be in a bad situation right now. Got himself G-Pie. That is a reflect. I don't know if it'll work. It looks like he canceled the last second. He's going to try to see if he can blink around. G-Pie does connect. That is a combust. G-Pie did a bit of damage, but an execute is going to end you. Oh my goodness. That is a lot going on there. 2 for Short and Deadly, 2 for the Chief after a long bout versus the Mage. I guess maybe that's also another one going here, boys, tonight. Maybe. That was a long one compared to what we had tonight, compared to what we had this evening. One of us, boys, yeah. Let's get us another one. I'm liking these. That was definitely the longest one. Not a lot of long ones we get on an 8, but that one was definitely like, oh wow, that's a dampener, you know. That's gonna dampen the game and maybe even dampen like the mood, right? You're excited, you want to get in there, and you're like, oh, we can wait like 6 minutes or something for a duel to happen, or 8. I don't even know. 10. Definitely the long one. That warrior played so clean. I gotta agree. I mean, it was like, see, Blade Storm, reflect, interrupt. It's almost like it's a combo move when he's ready for it, right? He'll learn the boss pattern. It's like a Dark Souls boss. Immediately, he's running after the mage. He's like getting ready to charge as soon as he's ultra timed. He's basically there. He's literally charged, and he's charging to his location. Yeah, I finished my first replay of God of War on PC, and damn, the new PC runs is more looks so good. Like the new God of War, or we're talking about old God of War? Because didn't it bring the new God of War games on PC recently? First one was a good game. Are you talking about the first one or the second one? Because first one was a good game. I was surprised by it, right? Because I never really seen it. I never really played it myself. I saw streamers play like the opening of it. That's really about it. So I actually did not know you would like do the stuff you do in that game, I guess. I don't know, maybe somebody didn't play it right, but like, I don't even know. Travel between worlds kind of deal, the world tree or whatever thing. That was mind-blowing. I was enjoying it. Yeah. Ported over to PC recently. Cool. I feel like those should have been ported maybe a while ago. Get up with G-Pie? Yeah, I feel ya. Alright, let's do another, I don't know. We've done the Grand, we've done Dalaran Arena, we've done Rook, Black Rook Hold. I don't think we've done Rook. Let's do Black Rook Hold. I'm gonna do 1 Blade, 1 Black Rook Hold. But that's a good one. Yeah, if you haven't played it and you get a chance and you feel it's ever on sale, it's definitely worth a play. Story is good, combat is great, the customization is awesome, the world is fantastic. If we just enjoy eye candy, I think I'll have a lot of fun with it. It's a good one. I heard a lot of good stuff about the new one, the second one. Yeah, that's about all I could say. I haven't played that one though. That one's only PS5. I only have a PS4, and I'm not gonna go PS5 right now. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I don't think they even sell them still. Hopefully that'll change, right? Seeing Jormungandr going towards the world. Yeah, Jormungandr, big old. Yeah. Where I was like really blown away is that big old giant that fell over, right? And you're walking up close and you see every single whisker. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Definitely good direction. Twitch. Ragnarok? Yeah, that'd be neat. Diabolical over for the team 1. Ready to go. Short and Deadly just had himself a hell of a run. We got ourselves Chief, Cheer, as well as Vol gonna be first up versus Supa. as he's opening up with a Frosty Mage. Volk immediately trinkets before that CC can follow through stun onto Super, trying to see if he can close that gap maybe for a fear. PI getting spell stolen for Volk as he's trying to see if he can mosey his way over there. He's going to go for the fade just to get away from the gun for just a moment. Final was close enough for a fear, but he's going to be able to get away and reposition entirely. The very thing best you can do at this point is maybe just remove his PI. Applying PI on yourself for the mage to spell steal it doesn't feel great. The Flurry and Ray of Frost, by the way, does a lot of damage for Volk. That is going to be his cloak activated. It's going to get interrupted on the Holy, using yet another fate to try to see if he can close the gap. Spike, going to do a bit of damage. That is going to be a bit of that Shatter Fury to follow. Finally get himself a proper go. Looking for recovery with the Mind Games right after. Silence to follow. Super does go for the trick. It could be an Ice Block situation with that Void Torrent. It's going to go for the Ice Block just to get himself a little bit of recovery. As Volk at least had himself a couple of images, couple of targets to build up resources off of, so maybe that could be a lot of the Devouring Plague damage stun onto Super with a Shadow Crash to follow. Breath right after, but he's looking to make his escape, slowing down the Priest, setting up a Ring of Frost over on the far side. Volk wants to close the gap, but he's gonna probably have to wait until the next fate is available for Super, just looking for a bit of that recovery while he's got dots on him with his shield as well. And for Volk, he just needs himself a proper like stun, fear, go. I really want to see how that works out. Fear onto Super with an eruption right after. Lots of damage available. Trying to see if he can blast him from a distance. This one Super trying to see if he can get away. Trying to go for the big Ray of Frost and blink it, but I think the blink might have actually got him too far away from Volk and broke that tether. If you can go for Flurry and Beam, then blink to a safe location, that's a lot of damage that you just can't really control, that he can't really respond to whatsoever. And Volk, yo, chilled. He was like, yo, I got mage foot. Oh, not mage foot. I got mana this time. Because he was talking about like, man, I run out of resources quick. This time he's going to be drinking like he's a priest in the arena. Got himself a Shadow Frostbolt to follow him. Big damage with all the AoE, with a Glacier Spike on top of it, trying to see if he can fade it. Does end up successful fading it, but it's still quite a lot of damage that he has to take right to the face, and is looking to get himself a bit of a position. Super does have the massive advantage of slows and CC, but a quick fear, quick juke, a kick, big PI available. Volk with this flay on top of it, silence to follow. Super taking a lot of damage. Void Torrent, can you interrupt it? Does go for a blink away. That's gonna be even more. Oh my god, the flay insanity is doing a number on the guy right now. Super in the situation where he's just playing super defense. He doesn't want to think about spell stealing the PI. Looking for a wall of ice. Oh, that's actually going to slow Volk right now. Wait, cleaving the wall, cleaves into Super. You're still doing damage to this guy. He's still taking a lot of hits. Hold on a second. Enter one more channel. Does go for a bit of an invis. Super, you just gave him another target and you can just cleave off of it onto you. I hope you realize what you did there for yourself. You almost just ended yourself with this cleave. You're still taking a lot of damage. And every time you got images too, you can just cleave off of those as well if you wanted to. Quick trinket out of Super, breath to follow, trinket out of Volk with a stun. Super goes in for a blink, silence with a Void Torrent. I think it might be an Ice Block situation, unless he just dies. Oh, maybe you have Master Spell? You have Master Spell. I don't think you spec into it, right? Yeah, did not spec into Master Spell. Give Super an opportunity to go for a bit of a reset. I feel like Master Spell situationally can be good. You don't always need it, but it's almost like I feel like there's a lot of situations where you would use it than where you wouldn't. You know what I mean? Gonna be a knockback onto Volk, trying to see if you can spike him down really quickly. Gonna be a Flame Insanity, get interrupted on Shadow. The Ray of Frost is gonna do quite a number, but he's trying to see if he can just heal through it. With dampening only at 16%, able to fight right through the damage with his healing. Gonna be yet another Torrent. Big Blasters does end up collapsing all of this damage onto the Mage, just taking him right into the void and erupting him from the inside. Business is gonna be up next. Does he have any business in here? As Volk is gonna have to go versus the Feral. I want to see how chilled on the Shadow Priest approaches Feral Druids, because he did say he feels pretty confident about playing rogues. But against a Feral Druid, I do wonder how that's gonna go. Immediate Cyclone onto the Shadow Disperse, just to eliminate any of that self-healing the Volk may be able to get inside of that window, but it is going to be able to at least give him a breather, let him catch up a couple flash heals, perfect opportunity to go in back in there with a full incarnation, full damage of the ready fear onto the Feral Druid with a PI available for Volk, trying to go for full burst stun to business, trying to go for Mind Games. That is going to actually result in some healing to Volk into yet another stun. Volk got himself a little bit of damage. Vampiric Embrace to give him a lot of damage for the healing he does, or healing for the damage he does. With the silence of the Feral Druid on top of it, does end up going for a full wall, but Volk, look at his recovery, just topping himself over with a couple flash heals, but that Vampiric Embrace is doing wonders for him. That's business going in for a couple of regos back behind the pillar. Wait, is that what the druid set looks like without like the dress? Or am I misremembering it? Because that looked really good. Minus like the dress part. That whole like Wrath of the Lich King set. Is that what that looks like normally? Or is that like a different setup right now? That looks good. Wait a second, that's a solid mog. You never really get to see feral druids and appreciate the mogs until 10-2 when you get like brand new forms. Fear onto business gives Volk an opportunity to at least get a setup. Mind game stunned right after. Does he have himself a big go right now? He got him Society Fiend to reduce some of the healing of Feral. Void trying to send him behind the pillar, trying to see if he can get out of there, looking for a bit of healing, but DPs and executes are going to be huge. With a Shadow Crusher on the corner, I don't even know if that connected, but it's trying to go for as much healing as possible. The mage dropping him down some food that might not even do much, and Volk does end up beaming him down fairly quickly. Taking out 2 so far. That looks good. I think this is the OG Dreamweaver of 16 Acts. Is that what that is? That looks good. It looks so much nicer without the robe. I agree. That looks so much better without the robe. That's a good looking set. Volk trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a shield. Flash shield right after. Not in a good spot. Fear onto Flex does go for a kick, and that's going to be juke out for Volk. That's an opportunity for him to go for a little bit of healing. Immune to CC for a little bit of time. Knockback control Flex. Stun right after. Dude trinket this one. Barkskin instead. This one's going to be Feral, sending in probably a lot of his cooldowns. Incarnation is in play. Volk, this could be a dispersed situation, trying to go for Wood Eruption. Interrupt on Shadow, has access to Holy. He's going to switch out from one spell to another. Silence onto that Cyclone. Mind Games right after. Flexi Bites could be in a bad spot right now. Maybe Fade with this one. Oh, Fade does end up fading, and still lots of damage on Flexi though. Can't really stop it. Shadow crashes. He's trying to see if he can back up out of the liquor for the Frigos. But the Feral is under its pressure from a Shadow Priest. What is this? Although the siege just going down no way. Yo, is this the first time we've seen a Shadow Priest just absolutely bully Ferals in the arena? Rosy Sniper up next, trying to go for an interrupt. Is going to get juked down by Volk with the disperse right after, trying to see if he can send a couple of nades back to back. Volk is going to go for that Void Operation to reposition entirely. Gives him a second just to catch up a couple of flash heals as Rosie trying not to give this man any opportunity to come back from this one. Put the pressure on the Shadow Priest, as much pressure as you can, and then try to see if you can just end him right here. Is going to be a bonding shot to stun him. Does going for a feint, does to remove the dots. We're just going to fear him. Second fear, proper fear out of Volk with a Mind Games Raptor. Will not have a way to remove the Mind Games. Can't really heal himself. Does go in for survival of the fittest just to reduce some of the damage taken, but it's under a ton of pressure. Freeze onto Volk. So Rosie needs to go for a bit of a recovery. Does get the cloak procced on him, so has their emergency healing right there. Has access to Turtle Shell, maybe Exil, but unless Volk can maybe get another setup with a Fear Stun, he'll be golden. Big drains onto Rosie. Does go in for a fade really quickly, trying to avoid the damage, but it's going to be Shadow Lord Death just to collapse and erupt everything he is in. Oh no, man. No. It's Majao last. Wait, what are you doing? Are you... why are you fighting Short and Deadly? I thought it was gonna be this guy. I'm sorry? You're just sending Short and Deadly into an early grave. What is happening? Wait, you're supposed to be fighting Volk. What is going on? He's just going after the warrior. He doesn't even care about the Shadow Priest. Wait a second. Whoa. What is going on? Chaos. Pandemonium. Their minds have been wrought. Volk, he's just like cleaning all this damage he's doing to the allies of Majawa. I think just psychically hit him in more ways than one, and Majawa is just trying to kill Short and Deadly at this point. That or Short and Deadly went over there to mess with him, because usually he doesn't like just attack people randomly. But I think it's just, I was trying to see if maybe Volk would be able to go for 1v5 and everybody attacks you. I wanted to see if Chilled and the Shadow Priest could finally get a proper 1v5, man. That's about all we could do is 1v4. I didn't get why he's hitting me. He's missing the pants. Oh, wait, who was? Short and Deadly? You just went over and started hitting it? Okay. I was really hoping to see if Chilpas would be able to get a proper 1v5 tonight, but I guess not. Not on the cards. I just didn't do anything. He followed me and parked the bus on him. Oh, I have no idea. He's missing the pants? Wait, he was missing on the pants on the mage? Huh. I have no idea. I have no clue. He went to spawn. I got this. Wait, he went to our spawn and got the smoke. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's, you know what? What's the word I'm looking for? Reasonable. Have a nice day. Oh, that's very reasonable. Have a nice day. Oh, man. Alrighty. Are we done for the night, boys? Is that all the groups, or we got more in us? Because these have actually been really fun. But I'm starting to get like a little like hungry. That's upon me. I have no idea then. What would be your top 3 strong and fun specs for RBG Battlegrounds Blitz, melee and ranged? Oh, I think range, you know what? I think for range it's gonna be anything that does cleave damage. So like Boomkin does good like spread damage. Affliction Warlock can do quite a lot of spread damage. I think a Shadow Priest, if you let him cast, does a lot of spread damage. I think any of those classes that play with dots that can spread and cleave multiple enemies at once are gonna be fantastic for it. Even like Warlock, like this Deathstroke from Warlock too. But like anything that plays with big dots are gonna be huge. Just anything that's just gonna be able to go in, cleave a bunch of mobs, get a healer to heal them, right? Do some PvE damage are gonna be huge. So those would be 3 casters for me. If I had to name like 3 melee, I'd say like anything goes in just to cleave things down. So like a Death Knight, you could just grip the entire enemy team upon them and just start cleaving them down, slowing them with Death and Decays. Or like a warrior who just runs in, or like a probably like a Red Paladin too. They also do a lot of cleave. Like if you build for cleave and you go into a bunch of targets, you can cleave them down so efficiently it's not even funny. But outside of that, you have other roles too. So if it's like if you want to take objectives, I think rogues are really good for that. Hunters can be pretty good for that. Mages can be pretty good for that too. Hell, shamans can be actually kind of pretty good for that too, like Ellie, 1v1s or whatever. It all depends how the meta for the solo RBG thing is gonna go. But if you're looking for like strongest, you look for damage, I guess. Yeah, I think like spread casters or like melee, they could just go in and cleave things down pretty easily. Let me and the warrior go first. The next one. You want to fight the warrior next? Maybe we could do that really quickly, actually. Maybe we could just settle it all, yeah? Okay, I'll be down. Let's do another Nagrand. Nagrand. I'll be on. Only at 60%, so it'll be much better. Sounds good, 10. Sounds good, my man. Alright. Are we ready, Boris? Because I'll send you guys into Nagrand. And we'll have the warrior and Boris duke it out at the very start of the duel, yeah? Need one? Okay. Let me give you guys like 5 minutes or so, and if we can't get 1 in 5, I'll go get food, because I'm about that, like, I'm about that life right now. I'm about that life just to give myself something to eat at this point. For solo RPGs, I'm 90% sure you can hard counter Hero's Affliction just by playing around your tier set. Probably. I think the only way you're not going to be able to really do well is like if people go and shut you down, right? So let's say if the team focuses on one target at the same time, that's gonna be a little bit more difficult. But like if they don't focus you down, so like in random RPGs, like maybe people like especially lower brackets won't really be super coordinated. Then yeah, it's you're probably gonna be able to wreak havoc. But if they do focus you down, I do think Affliction Warlocks can fall apart easily. They do at least have the ability to like put their dots instant cast. But like needing any of their like big casts and cast for every single one of them, right? Hard cast for all of them. All right, gonna do a grand with Night King and Boris. Probably gonna be the last one for the night, boys. 50% power malefic rapture to extend all the dots. Let me and the warrior go first. Yeah, Night King and team chilled. If you guys are down to let the warrior go first versus Boris, just let him duke it out, man. Get himself a real quick 1v1. Yeah. So let's do that. Majawa first over in team 2. Everybody else on that team could do slash roll to figure out who's first, who's last, but let Majawa go first, and let Short and Deadly go first. Let him duke it out. Let him solve it. Throw it on the dueling arena, right? Find out who's on top. That is Majawa playing on all though, so maybe it won't be like super fair, but maybe he'll do really well. Who knows, right? I was thinking about Hunter, Augmentation Lizard. I think Aug is going to be really good. Hunter is probably going to be pretty good. But it all depends. I think classes that do cleave damage and can spread cleave stuff usually do better. Like Marksman can do well, but casters that can just like multi-dot things that just rot things down with just dots alone usually do better. LA Shaman might be also interesting. Oh no, LA Shaman can definitely do pretty well. But like, I'm just going with classes that just do multi-dot and cleave and have had good track record in RBG specifically. So I'm just gonna name those first. Which? Gonna be Majawa. Trying to see if we can go for a bit of a 1v1 versus Short and Deadly, and they're allowing it just so they can really tussle it out on the arena. The Chief in the back, waiting his turn. Tier on that team. We got ASUS Volk, which is Chill Pills on his Priest, as well as Diabolical back on the Destruction Warlock, where you are? Majala out in the open, no more invis, waiting for his turn, waiting for Short Deadly to approach him. Ring of Frost on one end, could go for maybe a Ring of Fire in the other. Arcane, switching it up a little bit, interesting, a bit of a redo with Ring over on that team. We got ASUS Rosie, Scar, as well as Supa. Ready to go. Big charge by the Warriors. Stun as Majala trying to see if he can reposition. It's going to be reflect up really early for Short and Deadly. Wildblade storming into a fear before Majala can get himself a big go. All the time is available for the mage. I think he's going to be able to reposition, and I think Short and Deadly is waiting for the reposition, trying to see if we can find him. I don't think he really gets himself the right angle though. I think he was trying to see if he can. I think he was here all the time. Oh wait, he's over there all the time? Okay, well now I'm super far away from the guy. Trying to see if he can maybe use the Blade Storm in order to close the gap into an avatar just to remove any kind of souls for himself. Maybe he can go for the normal racial to remove the root, and does get to do so. Stun onto Majala with a reflect, but mostly just trying to see if he can get away from the guy. Ring of Frost, not gonna step into it. Actually, in a pretty good spot. As long as you don't walk away too far from the pillar, you should be able to go for a bit of recovery. Does go in for a bit of a reset with a mount, and it's actually in a decent spot as the second wind is letting him recover a little bit of health. Majala had himself a bit of burst, still holding on to a trinket, and so is Short and Deadly. We'll see which one of these two competitors ends up coming out on top as Majala waits for cooldowns to recuperate. For Arcane, I'm not coming to him low. Yeah. Fire, one story. Arcane, So it might be up to Majala to find a way to get over there. Otherwise, dampening, who's that going to help out? I think it kind of sort of helps Short and Deadly just because he got a lot of bursts. But man, Majala trying to see if he can knock him into the Ring of Frost, does get to do it. Trying to see if he can bait the warrior away from the pillar. Finally goes in for a quick old charge. Second charge right after Majala with another blink leaping behind the pillar. That's where Short and Deadly, I think, is going to have to hug the pillar. It's going to have to turn this battle into a CQC mode. Trying to get Majala close and personal, but not play out in the open where the mage could just run circles around the guy, trying to go for roots with missiles around the corner. Defense stands for Short and Deadly. And it's going to be another knockout in the open as Majala using those blinks just to bully and harass a little gnomish warrior. Stuns him with a Blade Storm, got himself full avatar as well as a battle sense ready. If you got some big roar, that's going to be a lot of blades. Probably going to force out an ice bucket on Majala. If you have yourself shatter, that could be huge. Trying to see if he can maybe charge back in, but a root right after into Arcane Surge, leaping away. Still going to be a pretty big surge. Barrage is going to do a lot of damage. Maybe touch the Magi. Does not have touch by the looks of it though. But Short Deadly got himself full defensive, even a battle stand, oh not battle stance, but a die by the sword. Looks like the bleed from Majala, the roar, did not do nearly as much damage as I was expecting it to. But Short Deadly gonna try to see if it can hug to the walls, trying to reposition maybe a quick charge to Majala into a Stormbolt right after. Does go for the blink last second. It's gonna be a Blade Storm, avoiding the breath, but still Majala got plenty of movement, trying to see if he can get him slow. Reflect up right after. Majala takes a bit of damage all the time. Doesn't get him super steady. More missiles to follow. Next execute could be really deadly if the guy ever closes that gap. He doesn't have the mobility at the moment. Every single barrage does pop a slow onto the warrior and gives movement speed for a Majala. Just literally spell steals movement speed. Defense stands for short. Trying to see if he can back up out of it. Majala wants to see if he can close the gap. He has him on the ropes in the execute range. Wants to see if he can set up a Ring of Frost on one side. Maybe get some damage down on the other side. Big freeze into the short, but doesn't get hit with the barrage. Starting to recover a little bit of health from a second one short. Looking to maybe make some damage happen. Big mortal strike to get him kind of low into an execute. Oh, do you have a shatter? He doesn't play shatter. He's just gonna have to. Majala though does not play for a heal outside of an ice block. That's gonna make things a little bit more deadly. Blade Storm to follow. Ultim available. Is gonna get himself kind of super low though. Maybe trying to blink around the corner. Got himself plenty of movement. This man is just zooming. He's just running all over the place. He's just a NASCAR. It's gonna be battle stance for Short Deadly. Needs just a one little auto attack to the wall. Does he get it? One execute is all he needs. One Stormbolt. Got himself Stormbolt charge. Oh, that was going for the quick execute. This goes in for the teabag at the end. Oh man. I mean, I don't like you guys being rude, talks to one another, but he did get called out like, hey, let's duel each other. Me and you first, one-on-one. I don't think that's an excuse, but still. Oh man, ice block that doesn't heal. I feel like a lot of mages will jump back into it when it comes to normal arenas. Inside of a duel though, that is definitely worth a point. If I get the healing block, yeah, it happens. Also, I feel like Short and Deadly could have ran shatter. You know what I mean? So he forgot shatter, you forgot a healing block. It basically countered each other in a way. But I would like to see what that would look like when you guys were both ready to go with everything, right? First one, trying to see if you can win that one. Parry out for Short and Deadly. Is just waiting out for the turtle shot to fall out from Ring. Ring trying to see if he can get himself a Death Striker back in, but the executes are starting to crack right through the defenses. Got himself last second shielding with a bit of a survival the fitness, but is he fit enough to survive this one? Scatter onto Short, stun as he leaps right in, trying to see if he can kite the warrior back towards the Basilisk. Stun onto Ring in that execute range. I think it just might be going down. Does end up going down with Rosie gonna be up next, charging out immediately into a cheetah. Together with that camo, Short will not be able to catch up in the healing, trying to go for a bit of that impending victory, but a stun is going to be able to slow him down. Blaze him to break himself out of the stun, doing a bit of damage to Rosie, trying to go for big executes, disarm last second. It's just going to be a big explosive right down the middle. My goodness, Diabolical trying to see if he can just get in there immediately. Infernal dropping in is going to be able to stun the pet. Trying to get the succubus over to Rosie as it going for feign death. Manic Bandages should be able to interrupt it with a pet. Succubus CC trinkets out of this one immediately. Got himself a havoc onto the pet. I think trying to see if he can maybe go for a mortar coil on both of them. In fact, didn't they change it so you can mortar coil havoc or adjust it in some way somehow? That's no longer a thing, or did they? Because I was pretty sure they did something with mortar coil havoc for PvP specifically. Or is it the AoE Havoc ability to fix it? I'm not really sure, honestly. It's going to be freaking trap onto the Succubus, trying to go for feign death. At least you're moving all the dots. Rosie's not in a great spot. Is there a pet still in it? Yep, keeping you in combat. But Succubus is going to... Where did Succubus go? There it is. Trying to get your pet to attack the Succubus. If you can taunt the Succubus, you might be okay. Having to pop a Turtle Shell with a Manic Bandage just to get himself a little bit of recovery. That is unfortunate. Diabolical trapped up in a biting shot. Wants to make sure he doesn't break that tether if he can. Oh, it has to do it anyways. Rosie looking for the recovery. At least get himself a little bit of healing. Maybe you can get out of combat and get himself a feign death camo, but your pet is dotted. Camo is going to last for like half a second at the best. Mortar Coil as you charge right in, but Diabolical's ready to incinerate you down. Up next is going to be Supum. Charging as a Fire Mage this time around. Breath on the Dia. Immediate Succubus CC. Eating a Soul Flame right to the face. Got himself a random bout of Bloodlust. He's trying to see if he can port him around the corner. He's going to put him out in the open with all the portals. Shot. Super. Might be in a bad spot. Maybe Icebuck situation. That's going to be cheated death. Icebuck at least get himself a lot of health recovery right now. But Diabolical. Man, that's a lot of damage. Put the guy out away from Pillar while barraging him with chaos from every angle. Just doesn't give him much of a chance. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of port. Succubus CC. That is going to be I think, an alter time. Bonzafel is going to hurt, though. Depending when he alters back, could be pretty bad. Trying to see if he can drop down a meteor down onto Dia with an alter time just to get himself a little bit of health recovery into a Ring of Frost. Dia can't really go anywhere, but they don't really need to go anywhere at all. Start onto Super for just a second with an Incinerate one, maybe one more Incinerate. Oh, those Incinerates do so much damage. This is going to be Flex up next. Immediate Succubus CC trinkets out of it, trying to see if he can take down Dia while they're out of position. As Dia looking to get back to the far side of the pillars at the 8-minute mark, trying to go for a fear. Going to get interrupted. Soulfire, but after is going to go for another CC onto this one. Dia with a wall. And that's going to be at least an opportunity for you to get some free casting with a Soulfire, trying to stay super aggressive. Bonzafel breaks it, but he used Metamorphosis to get out of that one. So actually immunes it, ports way him out in the middle of the arena, but is able to slay the Warlock last second. With Volk trying to see if he can maybe reposition back behind the Pillar Scar. He needs to get in there, do as much damage as he can. Stunned up, but he's still got him some Metamorphosis as well as Blur. So that's a good situation to at least recover a little bit of health. 47% damage, but it always gives you an opportunity to get something done. And Volt, some way, somehow, is able to avoid this Sigil of Misery. Either the Imprison kind of held him in there for too long, where he's able to avoid Misery. That or he had to fade it last second, but I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention at the time. He's going to drop down the Shadow Fiend for just a moment, trying to see if he can get her around the pillar. Scarflex trying to avoid the guy as best as possible. Quick stun onto Volk. Ivan right after got himself a bit of that leech with a bit of that soul carve as well. So any hits from demon form should be quite strong and should make the leech healing a little bit more amplified. Dropping down darkness while he's got himself not a lot of places to go to. In the execute range, I think it's just gonna be over, and Volk does end up sniping him out. Well done, well done. Yo, Diabolical picking up too. Short and Deadly fighting his battle. Doing pretty well. I do wonder how that would have went differently if, let's say, you had your Shatter and they had their Icebar kill. How that duel would have went differently. But I like that one either way, though. I think just about everybody gets to play, except for like maybe 2 on Team Chilled. But who knows? I like it. Alrighty, boys. I think we might be done for the night. it's about that time for me to get some food, get some BG3 done, with my nerdy little game, and then get some work done. Actually, I don't need to get work done. I'm basically done. I'm basically done with the big project that I was working on. I just gotta do like a little intro for that, and that's it. And we're hanging. Can you get over the fact I went arcane? Yeah, he did go arcane. He wanted to win that one, man. It's all good though. Yeah, arcane is a rough one, man. That is a rough one, let me tell you. I'm forgetting what's up, man. Unforgiven next week, my man. Definitely. That was fun. Had so much fun. Thanks all TY for joining us. Thank you so much. Fire mages like paper, dude. Yeah, mages don't live long at all. GG's, boys. Thank you so much, Boris. Thank you so much, Chicago, Seabark, Night King, and everybody else that joined us, man. Appreciate you, boys, so much for coming by. Now, what do I do when can I get someone to use it? Wait, what? What do I do? I have a ban for account sharing. Oh, probably don't share account. Yeah, I have no idea. I would reach out to somebody at Blizzard, see if you can get unbanned or something. Write him a heartfelt apology. You know, ask him how's the day going. Maybe tell him a joke and put him in a good mood and see if he can maybe get you unbanned. Tell him you'll never do it again and just don't do it again. I have no idea, man. Yeah. There's somebody who was trying to try WoW. Yeah, so they're like, they don't really let account sharing happen because like it's for like security purposes, right? Account sharing, like there are some situations where it's just like you live in the same household or whatever, right? The husband goes to work or whatever, asks his wife to log on as a character, like maybe do dailies for him so he doesn't have to do it when he comes back from work, whatever, right? One of those things, maybe, or like a girlfriend or whatever. They don't really care about that. But if it's like account sharing with another person, I think you gotta like let them know like, hey, I wanted to let a friend try WoW. They're gonna be accessing from a different account. It's all kosher. I don't think they care then. I have no idea how these things work though. But I know that they don't care if they're like are notified about it. Like, yo, I want to let my friend play. It's a buddy of mine. Know him super well. I think they do it again. They're against it because it's like security stuff. I would just write him a heartfelt apology or whatever and just don't do it again. I have no clue. Yeah, I would just open up a ticket, see what they say. That's about all I can do. I'm not a GM or anything, so I won't be able to help you. Yeah, if that's real, that's what I would do. I've never been banned for account sharing accounts since 2007. So I think if, let's say, I don't really know, like maybe what I'm saying here is just complete BS. But I heard that if, let's say, like you are in a call with your friend and you, like, let's say you're trying to log into your account and trying to use your like authenticator or whatever, with like, you know, the authenticator number or whatever, because you used to, right now I think authenticator is just like automatic through your phone, but before you used to like type in a code or whatever. And say like if you're on the phone with a friend, you give them the info or whatever, they type your account stuff, and you give them like, oh, what authenticator number, and you plug it in. As long as you get that correctly, I don't think they really care. Because then it's like, oh, okay, you probably have to go through hoops to really get in a call with a friend or whatever and do all that stuff, whatnot, right? I don't think they really care. I think they get like a data like, oh, you are looking at your phone and they are typing a number, but you are aware of it kind of deal. But if it's just like, hey, just give you info, I don't got authenticate or whatever, then they have no clue. So I think they probably just do it for security. I have no clue. IP based? I think nowadays it's been more IP based. Yeah, nowadays they're like, oh, it's on a different IP. I don't know. But I heard that if you just let them know, like if you open up a ticket like, hey, I want to let a friend of mine, I know them for years or whatever, this is totally kosher, I give permission or whatever. Like by policy, I think they're still supposed to be like, you're not allowed to, but a lot of them people too, and they're like, okay, all right, I'll just like, I'll handle it when I see it, right? I'll monitor your account when I see that. I was like, oh, hey, potential activity, I'll take care of it. I don't know if they still do it, you know what I mean? Because maybe they get like a word from a higher up, so like, hey, you know, we have this rule, please. I know there's like special You know, maybe even those special cases or whatever, somebody told you about it, it's like it's a rule, just do it for security purposes or whatever. Because I guess the problem is like they just don't want to get any information getting out, and it'll be like probably, let's say like some account did get hacked, right? Somebody's accessed it somewhere, you ban the account, all the security concerns go away, and there's probably like less chance to get sued or whatever. Like a lot of those rules are there not for just like for a reason, right? I mean, on one hand, it's like, oh, they want you to buy your own stuff and pay for your account or whatever. Probably part of it. But security is also a big part of it, and to prevent, you know, like issue with like account hacks or whatever, there's the same, just don't let people account share, right? Oh, you don't let other people share your account, whether you know them or not. Less chance of you getting hacked. Kind of makes sense. But yeah, I have no idea. Sure, go for it. Let me know what they say, man. You can post it in Discord or whatever. Let's send them information over the Blizzard Friends chat. I mean, maybe they'll be able to look into the account and see the account activity, right? And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that will make sense. But like, you know, they're doing their jobs too. So even if they're doing like, let it happen or whatever, don't be a dick about it. Weren't all these NPCs, didn't they have names above their heads before? Or is it just like in this character, they're all kind of like that? Or is that normal? I thought there was always like a name above NPC heads. Maybe not? I think it's maybe just this character is turned off for. Either way, boys, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys next stream. Tomorrow, I think we're coming back, doing more, not duels, doing more testing, doing more dungeon stuff, doing more class stuff, testing out builds, trying stuff out. So Jake, hopefully you'll be there for it. I want to play Shaman, I want to play Warrior, I want to play Demon Hunter, I want to play Rogue, I want to play a Monk at some point, I want to play Disc Priest at some point, I want to play, I don't know, I really don't know. Have a great weekend. Well, I'm going to have a busy weekend. I'm going to do a bit of BG3 hopefully, get myself a little bit of food, hang out with the boys, do stuff, and then hopefully tomorrow will be more or less an easy day, and then finally Monday is going to be my day off. Cannot wait. Thank you all so much for coming by. You guys are all wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Alrighty. Peace.
Alive. Talent don't expire, she can